Good evening,
here.
everybody. How's it going? Welcome to Geek Fortress's Modern Saturday Night. I am Bryce.
I'm Eric.
And we are here to bring you some lovely modern action. I know you've been getting your fill of Standard and Draft at the Pro Tour, but now it's Modern.
I mean, the better of the three formats, if you ask me.
I would agree with that. However, Standard right now does look pretty sweet.
Sure.
There's 8 different decks in the top 8, I believe, so... Looks pretty good.
Better than the last Pro Tour with, Eldrazi everywhere.
Hey, Eldrazi was fun.
He played Eldrazi. You can hate him.
How's it going, Sarah Fair? Good to see all you guys here. I think we have 4 rounds tonight.
Should be 4,
looks
maybe
like
5.
Looks like we have in the teens amount.
That's true. The current new Standard looks much better than the last
pretty
Standard.
Sweet.
I got a little burnt out last Standard. Not gonna lie.
Siege Rhino.
The Rhino parades were annoying.
And then another Siege Rhino.
Yeah. We're going to try and get our first matchup here. Magic players, as you know,
They're late
are usually
all the time.
late to events, so we're not quite on time today. But we'll be getting up shortly here.
What about me? That
Bryce.
face hurts a little bit.
That's the face
on
that
the
most people
inside.
make when they look at you.
Oh, I mean, that's also hurtful.
But true. Hurtful, but true.
Yeah, I mean,
Yep.
What about Eldrazi? I don't have a
He's
problem
that
with
guy.
either of those
I'm
things.
going to go see if we got a match going. You talk to them
Yes,
about
I will chat with people in the chat.
things.
Double check that. Good, I did mute us on over there this time. That's good. I'm good at that. Figured it out this time. All right, so we're gonna get some modern action for you guys tonight. Hopefully, you aren't fully burnt out on the on Magic with the lovely weekend of Magic that has been happening. But hey, it's just how it goes. I don't know if I'd call it cancer. I'd call it an interesting, fun time for the short amount that it was. But hey, that's just my opinion, and you all have your own, and that's fantastic. So, yeah. Anyway, welcome everybody who is here. Good to see you. Like I said, looking around 4 rounds, maybe 5, who knows. Modern tonight. Got all kinds of decks out there today. As far as I can tell, we're probably going to have Living End out there. My opinion deserves Pog Spam. I don't think so. I don't know. I don't know about that. It's a little bit far. But anyways, for those of you who are in the chat right now, who are you rooting for in this stacked Pro Tour top 8? I don't know if that's true. Hey, Dylan.
Hi.
They can't see your face.
They can see my face.
Well, they can't see your...
My sweet Comic Con t-shirt.
Are you here to double check on the autofocusing issue?
Yeah. I think it's that.
Okay. Sweet. If it has issues, I'll mess around with it and probably break it.
That sounds like a great idea. I think that is it. How can we tell? Hello. Do you have a... Oh.
We're streaming.
Yeah.
There are people.
Hey, guys. Oh.
Alright, so we got LSV and Fink. People rooting for Finkel. Okay. I asked who people are rooting for in this stacked Pro Tour top 8.
Finkel is Einhorn.
Coleman versus Caleb.
Coleman versus Caleb.
Abs and Company versus Living End.
All
Real
right.
decks, all of
And
them.
Coleman is on the wall.
Coleman is on the
right?
wall.
Alright.
Yes, LSV always. Yeah, you saw Dylan,
Man.
the mysterious guy who funds this for no gains.
And then this one is Caleb.
He has to talk while he types. It's like when he reads, his lips move.
My lips don't move when I read, actually.
Allegedly.
Alright. So, we've got... Why did this change? Come on.
That takes it.
We haven't gotten
We'll
out
find
there
out.
yet, but
If it did,
it
we'll
should.
come find you.
All right.
We'll let you know. All right.
Technical
So,
issues. Yeah.
so Coleman on Obzon Company. Caleb on Living End. Should
Yep.
be a pretty interesting matchup. I think Living End should be able to take it down.
It's a race.
It's a race to
The
combo.
thing is,
but
Abzan can do it very quickly. I don't know if he will.
But Living End has a built-in instant speed board wipe to interfere with combo.
Board
So,
wipes. Board wipes are bad against Abzan Company, Bryce.
Anyway, we're gonna head down to this match. Get started on this monitor. Did we figure out if it was 4 or 5 rounds?
It's 4.
Okay. So
Quattro.
here we go. Boom.
Landed it.
Nailed it.
Almost nailed it.
Definitely didn't blow it.
All right.
All
Make sure that we are,
Start the timer.
starting here. Yep. We going.
Oh yeah, they draw on their hands. All right, so
Alrighty. I think living in.
Oh, it's doing
we're
it.
pulsing. How did he fix it?
Hold
Wait,
on.
wait.
it stopped. If we keep getting pulsing issues, we'll get it figured out.
Oh, Coleman's mulliganing.
No, okay, that happens.
I mean, Caleb is pretty well known around the shop, and it's pretty known what he's playing
That
when
he's
he's sitting
playing
right
Living
across
End,
from
so
him.
he's-
So Coleman might be looking for a hand that he thinks is fast enough.
mm-hmm.
Uh
Okay.
oh. We're going to
Hold on,
attempt to
hold on.
stop this from,
From pulsating.
making hilarious
And
motions.
settings.
Bear with us. You just pretend you're on, Sure.
Save.
There we go.
Wait
Better?
for it. Hey, look, it's not
Good, yeah.
it's not autofocusing anymore.
Hooray! Someone turned
fixed
on the
it.
autofocus.
Well, Dylan turned off the computer last night,
Ah,
so everything got reset.
Rookie
All right,
move.
so Coleman down to
that's
18.
what he has to do to start is...
with the Bird's Paradise.
Yep.
And then
And
Caleb's
the
gonna
cycling begins.
cycle an Architects of Will. I think that's what that one is. Architect of Will.
Sure. It's something that cycles that's a big guy that won't be cascaded into. That's my extent of knowledge of the Living End deck. I don't know exactly all the cards it plays, but I do know
Architects of Will. I was correct.
what it does and how to beat it.
Bring that card up real quick. It's another one of them cycling cards. Cycles for a black mana or a blue mana.
Why isn't it human wizards? Why isn't it multiple wizards?
Because, well, Pia and Kieran Nalar are human artificer.
Well, there should be plural on Magic.
Yeah, that
Yes.
that's not how magic
Just break
works.
your mind, everybody.
Alright, looks like Caleb went ahead and fetch shocked.
Fetch Shock Pass.
And there is a
I
kitchen
mean,
face
this is
for Coleman.
exactly the curve he has to do.
Gonna bring him up to 20.
And next turn, either company into it or drop a Malira and Visser Seer and be done with it.
Yeah, he
Which
needs,
he has
needs
the
to go
company
off
in
quickly. Looks like Caleb going to cycle for a
Forest cycling.
for a cycle of Pale Recluse here for a basic forest. Maybe perhaps learning from his mistakes against me on Wednesday when he forest cycled for a non-basic land into my Tectonic Edge.
I mean, Coleman does not have a Tectonic Edge on board.
He
so-
doesn't, but he took that lesson sharply.
Alright. So, Caleb. Land. It's a shiny land. at least.
Land pass. So
And that's what a lot of this deck does, is it plays on the end of your turn until it's
Mm-hmm.
ready to just go off.
basically, it just sits in cycles, and then they cast a Cascade spell. Oh, looks like
Yep,
he's
he's
not
gonna-
passing. He's going to cycle a Deadshot Minotaur here. Company does not play Tech Edge. I wasn't playing Company, to be fair.
He's got the cord
He
and
does have
the
a cord.
company.
So he can
Swing for
he can attack for 3, cast.
I would cast company and just see what you hit.
Well, yeah, he's gonna cast Company at the end step, and then go into Cord for combo if
Yep.
he gets one
Unless
piece.
Caleb can cascade right now.
I
which-
do see a
That card.
Dread, Demonic Dread,
Sure.
and a Violent Outburst in his hand as well. So he's got both of the cyclers, as well as it looks like, both the Cascaders, as well as it looks like he has a Living End in his hand.
That's always the bad feels.
All right,
Here we go.
here comes
Yep.
a Demonic Dread, going to head
Cascade trigger.
At the
has a
bird.
target cascade trigger.
3, 4, cascading into Living End.
Do you float the mana and then company after that?
Yes, you float the mana because Kitchen Finks is going to die and come back, and he's hoping to hit Anafenza. Ooh.
Oh, he's courting now.
Ooh, what is he courting
One?
for? This is a chord for 1. Oh, he goes and gets Viscera Seer, sacks his board.
Okay, so it's
And
in
that
the
way they all
graveyard,
come
not
back.
on.
Yep, this is the way that Abzan is really able to put a hurt on Living End, is by getting Viscera Seer into play. I will sacrifice this, I will gain 2 life.
Yep.
Up to 20.
Sacrifice it again.
And then it will, and I will scry. Attempting to scry, probably into the combo.
Yeah. And he put it back
Sacrifice
on
the
top.
birds,
So,
sacrifice these guys, keep that on top. Your Living End resolves.
and he has a.
Here we
bunch
go.
Of, yep.
I assume.
It's either an Anafenza or a Malira.
So Architects of Will, interestingly enough, here are going to be able to come down and look at the top 3 cards of Coleman's library and put them back in any order. But as long as they are on the top there,
Is he gonna put him? Is he gonna
Dead.
look at his, or is he gonna look at?
I assume that Architects is going to target him. Yep.
So you put it 3 cards down, and hope to hold him off.
Looks like a Court of Calling, a Collected Company, and a land.
Nice.
So Caleb going to put the land at the top, it looks like, and going to make Coleman, or he's going to give him
Give
the
him the
Collected
company?
Company since he doesn't have a 4th land currently.
I mean, does he have it in his hand?
I don't believe he has a 4th land in hand. Looks like he has Finks, Voice, and a Noble Hierarch.
So he gave him the company, then the land. Is that the order?
I believe he gave him the land.
Okay. So hoping he doesn't have the company in his hand, which
So there's another Finks. Going to come down. Coleman going to go up to 24. And then plays his fetch land. And I believe he's probably just going to pass here, knowing that the Collected Company or the Cord are one. That the Court of Calling is one of those 2 cards. So here's a Fulminator Mage.
oof.
That's going to take out the Temple Garden.
Brutal.
And now Caleb is going to rumble with his dudes.
I think the term is get frisky.
Get in there!
That's what they say these days.
Alright, so I'm going to block the Pale Recluse.
Leaving 1 up for the combo if he can get to it.
Mm-hmm. The thing is, he can sacrifice this to the Viscera Seer to scry now,
Yeah.
and scry into the cord that he put on top.
And know that it's going to be the one on top.
Mm-hmm.
Because he can then cord for...
He can cord for 2 at
for-
that point.
Yep, and this should be
And
game
that
unless
should be
Caleb's
it.
got a way to deal with this. Does he have the, what is it? The... You know what I'm talking about. The destroy the creature thing. That card.
So, gonna sacrifice that. It's gonna come back. He's gonna gain
Probably
2
put
life.
the land on the bottom.
And now he's taking 4,
A
5,
large
6, 7,
number.
8, 9, 10 down to 16.
Casual swing for 10. You know, it's what we do here in Modern.
Alright, Coleman untapping. And there's his cord. He's going to be able to fetch. And with Caleb tapped out, this should be good enough to take game 1.
He's going to gain a lot of life.
Yeah, there's no way that Living End is able to beat infinite life, essentially. As far as I know, at least.
I mean, I'm not certain what he's running in his, but you know, maybe he runs a Sorin. Sorin Markov, the hilarious way to beat.
No one runs Sorin Markov. Literally no one.
But it's a hilarious way to beat infinite life.
Sure, but then he just combos off again because the combo is on board.
Yeah, and then you
He's gonna go get
Kill him.
Anafenza, which should allow him to make his board infinitely large as well. and that's going to do it. Caleb going to scoop him up. We are on to game 2. Coleman with Abs and Company.
That kill creature thing.
taking
That is
game
correct.
1.
That is a real card. Yes. Fairy Macabre. Alright, so is that how you expected game 1 to go, Bryce?
I think it was pretty close to it. I actually thought that Caleb might sit back on the Violent Outburst instead of just going for it and let Coleman try to combo him and go that way.
Mm-hmm.
But being able to go get Viscera Seer into play for Coleman was something that Caleb just can't really handle. So
It's one of those, if he has the cord, you lose. If he doesn't have the cord, you win.
Mm-hmm.
In a deck that plays 4 of them.
Yep, so Coleman going to the sideboard here. Not sure what exactly he brings in this matchup. Looks like he's maybe thinking about bringing in a couple of Tide Hollow Scholars.
To get rid of those spells? It's an interesting thing.
Did Caleb have Fairy Macabre in hand? I know that he has that in the main deck. So he plays against... the meta here is several control decks, and so having access to Fairy Macabre to stop a Snapcaster Mage is pretty good. So
Pretty certain...
I'm pretty sure Abzan Company will not bring Rest in
Yeah.
Peace in, hence the Kappa. But yeah, looks like he's considering the Tide Hollow Scholars. Looks like he has one other card face down there in front of him as one that he's wanting to bring in. So we'll see what he decides on. Looks like he is going to bring in those Scholars. And what is that? Is that a Wall of Omens?
No.
No. Is that a 100-handed one?
No, I hope... I don't think so.
I have no idea what that card is that Gorman has. I always react to Kappa.
He always does. It's annoying.
Kappa?
Question for the chat. How do you like the island behind us? Not
Island.
zombies or,
Not zombies or
explosions.
forests.
Gosh. Let's go with the right
Island.
color of, magic.
The right color of
The right
magic.
color of magic is island.
I don't know about that. I mean, it's true, but... Alright, so...
And I honestly don't know what Caleb brings in this matchup.
I have no idea myself.
It says Streaming
Legacy.
Legacy.
Oh, no, I didn't change that. I'll
Oh.
fix it. I'll fix it. I promise.
Fail, Bryce.
Somehow.
Absolutely fail.
Somehow I will fix it. It's this one, right?
Yup. You should probably change that to say modern.
There.
Success.
I'm gonna refresh up here, see if it switched it. Hopefully it did. It did. And we're still muted there. Cool.
Hooray.
Now it says modern. Sorry about that. Terrible island art choice. I didn't have a choice.
That's the only island art that they provided us.
That's what was in the system that we have here. So. Oh, come on. Go away. It's because I clicked it like 7 times. So. Alright.
Bryce, the crazy clicker.
Click all the click-eatons. I mean, Ravnica Islands are cool.
Mm-hmm.
I like Ravnica.
It's a city and an island.
Exactly. What's not to love? It's like Manhattan.
Sure. We'll go with that.
See that? That's Manhattan back there. It's Ravnica Manhattan.
I think he's showing his hand he is going to mulligan.
Snap that one off. No black mana to cycle any of his cards.
Well, that's why there's
looks like
mulligans.
Coleman is going to go ahead and keep.
I see a land.
I see lots of lands and a
a
collected
company.
and a Spellskite and a Malira, and I believe he has a Kitchen Finks as well. So he
So
just
he just
needs
needs
a Viscera
one
Seer.
piece.
Needs to hit a Viscera Seer, and then he's good to go.
Although to be fair about the island art, any island art is better than any forest art.
That's 100% true. That is
Can you tell we don't
actually
play green
100% true.
Sorry.
I mean, I play green in Legacy.
I do play green in Legacy.
I mean, well, to be fair, Tarmogoyf is really a blue creature.
It's true.
Alright, so
Did Caleb
kept a
F6?
0 lander.
He just F6.
All right, well.
Oh, this is... Oh, there's the land. Never didn't have it.
Got there.
He was just on the draw with the mulligan. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, that's normal, right? Plus, his
Fetch
opponent got
Finks.
to draw an extra card. Well, there's Kitchen Finks. Up to 19, he will go. Assume this, yeah, it's basic planes here.
Yep.
Cycling a Deadshot Minotaur.
Street
So Coleman is just look, draws a Copperline Gorge and a second Copperline Gorge.
He's fine.
Unglued or unhinged? That's because unglued is cool. It's cool. I like
Bryce is
unhinged.
an unhinged guy. He'll argue that all day.
Mm-hmm. All right, so here I would guess that Coleman is going to
Cast Collected Company.
attack for 3.
I bet you Caleb blocks it with his face.
He will accept the damage with his face. Oh, he also cycled the Street Wraith.
I said that before.
Well, you know what? I missed
That's why
it.
I'm here. For when you miss things.
Doesn't happen often.
Uh,
Enjoy it while it lasts. Alright, so a Beast Within for Caleb. So he's going to be able to sit back on this Beast Within and maybe combo off if needed. Nope, looks
Nope.
like he's just going to go for
response.
it there. I will float a mana, and then I will cast this Collected
Collected
Company.
Company. Yep.
There's a
yep.
Viscera Seer, there's an Eternal Witness. Wow, just an embarrassment of riches in cards. So he's going to be able to get Tide Hollow Scholar to make sure that Caleb doesn't have anything,
Yep.
meaning that Fairy Macabre that's in his hand,
Mm-hmm.
that to try to deal with the combo.
You know, Tide Hollow Scholar, not bad.
Tide Hollow Scholar targets Caleb, and this should be the game. He will take the Fairy Macabre right away. Alright, and that means Coleman's going to get to untap here, and we are going to see Malira come down and put an end to this party.
Shocking, just for the fun of it. We're good.
I found where the autofocus was, and I turned it off.
Yep, he's gonna go off.
And here is the combo to have all the infinity lives. So Coleman at the infinity
Interestingly,
lives.
he cannot cast the. Well, he played the kitchen thing or the spell Skype. If he hadn't,
Coleman going to scry through his deck, and is planning, I believe, on scrying all the way to Murderous Redcap.
Yep. That was
How
really
did
good.
he do that? I called cheats.
Nope. He knew right where it was, just innately.
Somehow he knew exactly where that living end was. So
Response go to 10 billion life.
So he does get his Fairy Macabre back, which is going to allow him to stop to take. But that's not good enough. He's going to be able to remove
No,
2
it's
things.
over.
Yep, that is going to be the game. So that is it. Eric, do you want to see if maybe Coleman can find us a match?
I will see if Coleman can indeed go find us a match. Is that... What is that? I'm gonna go find out. I'll be back. That cuts in the living room.
Alright, so we're going to see if we can get ourselves another match in here, but for now I'm going to bring it back up to the booth, also known as a closet, and we'll be right back. Alrighty, so as we saw there, Coleman able to take it down in 2 games against Caleb on Living End. Abs and Company beating Living End there. Like I said, we've got somewhere in the teens as far as players. I think we've got 16, which gave us this 4 rounds this evening. Eric did just leave the closet. And I don't know if I would describe it that way, but we get another match.
We are.
What are we getting?
We're going to have Norin Sisters versus Infect.
Okay. All right.
So-
Who's sitting where and who took which game?
They're moving over. Let me take it. They're in the process of transitioning.
They're in the process of transitioning.
Exactly. Those words.
I'm good at words. I words real goodly.
Or did I come into the closet? It's more of a storage.
Yeah, it's a storage
Cupboard.
room. It's not really a closet.
It's like 10
It's-
whole feet wide.
Yeah,
So-
it's decently large. Shards Island 234, Best Island. That one's pretty good. You're right. All right, what do we got? So,
Okay.
Ian on
1
the
and
wall.
1. They're 1-1.
1-1. Who's on the? We'll figure it out. Don't worry about it. Ian Price.
It's not Ian Price.
No,
It's
it's-
Ian.
Ian.
Ian other guy.
Ian. I know his last name. Don't tell me.
It's funny because
Starts with an
funny.
R. Rummel.
Rommel. Yep. And
I
then,
think that's it.
Yep. And then Donovan on the other side. So, it's a little hilarious to me that they're 1-1 because you'd think the Infect deck would just run over the deck that
Norn Sisters plays Lightning Bolt.
it does, but 4 Lightning Bolts does not stop an Infect deck.
It's Donovan Spencer. There it is. Norn Sisters. All right, so
He's
we're
got
going to
this
head back
timing.
down, and we are going to get Game 3 of Norn Sisters
The Infect.
versus Infect. So here we go. Norn Sisters should play Path as well, yes.
So, it has spot removal, which is what you want, but
Ian actually going with the White Splash, kind of a la Tom Ross and Legacy, to play Path.
he is following the
So-
boss's advice.
All right, looks like we are off and running. Ian down to 18 and puts a Glistener Elf directly onto the board.
Where else would he put it?
I have no clue. Into the graveyard.
Boom.
Well, there is a Soul Warden.
Ooh.
All right, Ian drawing a second copy of Inkmoth Nexus here. That's pretty good. Norn Sisters is not good
Not
at
known for their
fighting
reach.
flyers. But Ian
you swing into
Ian
the Soul
can get
Warden?
in here for 5 if he would like to.
Yep.
But Donovan can just block with the Soul Warden. Soul Warden, his life total's not that important here. He just needs to not die.
Mhm.
So,
I mean, that's how most Magic games go. You just need to not die.
all right, Ian just going to pass the turn. Not even playing the second Listener Elf.
Saving it for a rainy day.
Norin blocks everything.
Norin
Every
thinks he
single
can,
creature.
and then he's like, never mind, I'm going to leave. I know Donovan does run Perforos,
He does run Perforos,
which
which, along with Norin, pretty good.
I mean, it gets hilarious after a little while.
It's fair. Alright, so Donovan down to 17 here with Fetch. I'm a little surprised he's not being a little cavalier with his life total, fetching and shocking.
I mean,
To
you're probably not
keep
going
his
to
red
take
mana.
regular damage, and you're the life gain deck, so I would just fetch shock, slam down
Fetch
something
shock
else.
all day long.
And then he kills you with a Noble Hierarch.
Seen it.
Combo?
Yeah, that would be Perforos and Norin.
Yep.
It's a good combo.
It's more like synergy.
And here is an attack for 1, down to 17 goes
Boom.
Ian. And there's a second Soul Warden. Donovan back up to 18. Alright, so Ian this turn can get in for 5 in the air if he wants to activate his
Which I probably would
Inkmoth
do.
Nexus and just Might of Old Crozet it. As long as Donovan doesn't have a removal spell, that's a decent play.
I mean, I'd rather him use it on this Inkmoth Nexus and then play my other one next turn and just laugh.
Look who's here. It's TJ.
Oh, I like the new background.
Yeah,
It's
we
an
went with the island.
That's nifty. Hi, everybody.
What are you doing here? I figured out the autofocus.
Oh no, I was just swinging by because I went to the arcade today, and then I went to the bowling, and then I went to lunch, and then I'm going to be going out for dinner.
Yeah.
But
You go enjoy your birthday with
Hi, everybody. Thanks for the birthday wishes that I got.
See you, TJ.
Mediocre birthday.
Alright, so here is
Here's-
an attack just for one with the Inkmoth Nexus.
Well, just for one. So far.
I would not be wasting a Might of Old Crozet here.
You wouldn't. Maybe Ian would.
One.
Yes,
One
he does have
poison.
the Tom Ross.
Well, there are ones he printed, but yeah. Copyright.
You're a copyright.
No,
Brr.
TJ is not playing. He's not doing anything. It is his birthday weekend, and he is taking a weekend off from streaming. Because doing this for 15 hours a week can take a lot out of you, and he's been doing it for a lot of weeks straight. So, getting himself some time off.
He's partying tonight.
Yeah,
What a
he's-
jerk. He's coming over tomorrow.
What is Norin Sisters? No, has a conference.
Bryce, you played Soul Sisters for a little while. Explain this combo.
So, Norin Sisters is a combo that uses the Soul Sisters, Soul's Attendant, and Soul Warden in order to gain lots of life from creatures entering the battlefield. Norin is a creature that here I'll just bring up
Norin
Norin.
the Wary.
Norin the Wary. Here we go. So Norin, whenever a player casts a spell or a creature attacks, you exile him, and then you return him to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step.
At the end of turn.
I'm trying to translate into nowadays language, and that's a lot of languaging. So, well, here we go.
Norin
An
exiles.
attack with both
Take
these
my
guys.
infect.
Would you like to take some more poison counters, sir?
Now would you use the Might of Old Crozet?
I would. Might of Old Crozet is used during main phase. That is all there is to it.
Whatever.
All right, Donovan up to 3 poison.
Another elf. Does he... Oh, I would fetch and play the other one, you know? Go wide. Or is he keeping that up?
All
Or
right,
lines.
here is a path though. Going after looks like it's going after the Inkmoth Nexus. 22. Yeah, so that's going after Inkmoth Nexus. I would guess that Ian is saving this fetch land to go get Temple Garden, so that he can have Path available if he would like to have it.
I mean, it's not really worth it to path a Soul Warden. Unless you're going for the Alpha Strike.
Oh yeah, no, you're using it to get a blocker out of the way if you need to. Here's a Champion of the Parish, so gonna gain a couple more life here, up to 26 because Ian cast a creature last turn.
That would be something to path this turn.
I mean, Champion is something that you can path so that you can get through with your 2 Ground Pounders. That is definitely true.
I mean, so if he fetched path this turn, and then with the Might of Old Crozet, 2 elves, and...
Yeah, you can Might of Old Crozet both the elves and probably kill him.
Yeah.
Looks like Ian is going to play this safe, though. He's just going to probably...
Ugh, conservative play.
Ooh, a Groundswell. That one allows him to instant speed pump his Inkmoth decently. I mean, it's still only +2/+2.
Decently.
But yeah, I believe that Ian is probably just going to fire up the Inkmoth here. Probably cast Might of Old Crozet targeting it. And because that's 4, 5, 6, 7. So yeah, I think Ian's going to go for the kill this turn because a Lightning Bolt... I mean, a Lightning Bolt puts him out of kill range, but Alright, here's a Might of Old Kroza. If this lands, the only thing that saves Donovan is going to be a Path to Exile.
Well, player cast a spell.
Yep, so Norrin is gone.
And we'll just have to see. Does Donovan have the removal?
Looks like Might of Old Kroza has
Nope.
landed. So Ian going to go in for the attack. He's going to send him in. So Ian can fetch and turn on that Groundswell to be an instant speed +4/+4.
I believe that's his plan.
So,
Because if he had the Bolter Path, it would have come on the Might.
yep, and I believe that he's probably going to be trying to diversify his threats here by Groundswelling and unblocked Glistener Elf.
I mean, it'll all depend what Donovan does.
I mean, he can not put all of his eggs in one basket by... He can put all of his eggs in one basket by going after pumping the Inkmoth, because a bolt's not going to kill it at this point anyway.
Mhm.
But we'll see what Ian decides to do here. Donovan deciding what he wants to block, or if he wants to block.
Yeah, this is pretty swarmy.
I mean, this
Game
is
for
4/5.
Infect.
This is lethal Infect coming at
I
me
know.
now because it's
So
7.
he's going to have to block something.
Blocks there.
I mean, that's the only thing he can block, isn't
Yep.
Elf.
So currently Donovan taking 6 poison, going to 9.
Here comes the Groundswell.
And Ian is not on any kind of large clock, so he could probably just let this go, put Donovan to 9,
I would just
and
kill
then
him this
present
turn.
lethal. I agree, but here is a Path to Exile. So this,
Does he have
this
a
is why you
vines?
don't
I
do
don't
it.
think
He
he
does
has
not
a
have
vines.
vines. He has Might of Old Kroza, Groundswell, Path, and a Glistener Elf. So gonna go get a forest here.
So you're just going to do 1 Infect currently, put him to 4.
The problem is if he uses the Groundswell this turn,
Mm-hmm.
then Donovan knows to keep back his blockers for next turn.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, he could let.
Would you use it to kill the champion?
I probably would not use it to kill the champion. Yeah, looks like Ian is just going to let Donovan go to 4 poison here. And then Ian going to go to 10 by fetching and shocking.
And here comes the pad.
And
Oh,
nope. He's going to play his 3rd copy of Glistener Elf for the game.
Because, what's better than 1 elf?
All the elves.
Every elf.
Every single elf ever.
Why are we cat-facting?
Alright, looks like Donovan casting a 3-mana spell here. A Goblin Rabble Master.
I mean, it works well with Perforos.
Rabble.
And it makes goblins. These
Yeah.
are the facts of Goblin Rabble Master.
It does. He is not on 8 poison. He is on 4 poison. Yep.
Good evening.
I ate my X,
There we go. It's across the room from me, so I was trying to read it. Sorry.
or I hate my X. Would be
Probably I hate my ex
that would be the
than-
more correct one. That
I-
you ate them. Thought you were letting us know that you were like
Cannibal.
Yeah, that'd be weird though. All right, so Donovan playing it safe here, only attacking with a few guys. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 damage comes across for Ian, down to 6. We might just see Norrin Sisters take this game down because Donovan just had removal every single time
I
before
mean,
the.
Norrin Sisters just has to go wide.
All right. Now, does Ian draw a slip through space here? Nope, it's an Inkmoth.
Which is not...
Can he survive long
Bad.
enough?
No, use
So-
the other goblin.
So he can path the Rabble Master.
Mm-hmm. and sit back on the fence.
So here's the path for Ravenmaster.
But the beauty of the life total is Ian is an impact deck, so he doesn't care.
Yeah, being at 36 life, not really anything that Ian cares about. Looks like... Sorry, I'm yawning.
No yawning. There's no tiredness in this dojo.
And Ian is just sending in. Alright, because this should be 4, 5, 6 poison extra. Yeah, so the one that's not blocked, he is... Yeah, this should be game.
I think Donovan said no blocks.
Sounds like.
Oof.
And that's 10 poison.
So you have the path and no mana.
No mana.
Wow.
That is it. That is the game. We still have 15 minutes left in the round.
Let me
Let's
see
see
if
if we
I
can
can
get
find-
ourselves another game 3 or something. Who knows?
All right. You go to the booth. I'll go out there.
Of course. We'll be enjoying ourselves. And go. Okay, why isn't it working?
We're all in the middle of matches.
They're all in the middle of matches. All right. Well, we're gonna come back to the booth and do some
We'll
questions.
chat with you
or
fellas
something. Here
and
we-
ladies and whoever you are.
We'll be right back.
Say hello.
Hello and welcome back to the booth. I am Bryce,
And I am Eric.
and we are here with Geek Fortress's Modern Saturday Nights. Well, don't do that stream.
There we go.
It's all fixed. We fixed it. It's all good.
Didn't need no fixing.
Nobody even saw nothing.
So, modern. After
Modern,
everyone is probably
indeed.
watching Standard and Draft all day.
Absolutely. That's what happened. I put them in the wrong spots.
It's alright.
I promise.
He's not used to
I
computers,
know
so we
what
keep
I'm
him in a cave.
doing. You know what? That's not even close to true. But okay, whatever. I was wondering why you weren't on that side at all.
Because I don't sit on that side.
I know.
There we go.
I got it figured
Now
out
on me.
now. We should be back. Worley. Sorry about that. You have a
Lagged
modern
for a
tournament
moment.
tomorrow. You're probably going to play Jund.
Jund
other-
is a very
the other
good choice
choices are
when you're not sure what you're going to face.
Storm, Mono Blutron, or Jeskai Control. I think Jund is pretty good right now. If you are able to tune a sideboard to what your expected meta is, I think Jund is pretty
Yeah.
close to not being able to be beat most of the time. It's one of those decks where you have about a 50-50 chance of winning pretty much every match you play. There are a few games where you're just not going to win. Tron, one of those, definitely one that's tough, but you never know.
Yeah, Jund is very good at not losing.
Jund has game against pretty much every deck. Even those matches like Tron that are not typically good,
Yeah.
you still have a good chance of winning. So it's a good deck. It's a good
Yeah.
deck to play. There's stuff in front of my feet down there. Yeah, green black, as long as you're able to tune it to what you're expecting, is always good. So
Any
Well,
other questions about Magic?
yeah,
We happen to
let's-
know a lot about Magic.
yeah,
We could probably answer other questions, but be wary.
And now that we have more people in chat, I believe. Oh, you just saw Blue Moon list.
Ooh.
What do you think Shackles is good against? Most seem to have moved away from Shackles.
It's good against any creature deck, which everyone's running creatures right now. Most people are going away from it to kind of an even longer game strategy with Dark Dwellers and just drawing cards. I prefer to be a little faster because you can slam it and use it as a removal spell if you need to get through. I've used it to take Wall of Omens before just because they're in the way.
It's also good against man lands.
Yes.
So if you're playing against, say, Jeskai Control, you land a Vidalcan Shackles, it's very difficult for them to win because they're going to have to activate a Colonnade and try to attack with it, and then you take it. And then if you want, you can just let them have
You
it
just
back.
give it
and they
back
can
and
keep
you
trying
untap,
it over
and
and
you
over
just
again,
keep
and you
taking
just
their
take
land.
their guy over and over
It's
again.
hilarious.
But that is just part of it. Modern Me seems like the worst it's ever been, and Standard looks really fun. Is it just me, or what do you guys think? I think Modern is actually pretty healthy right now. I know that there are a lot of aggro decks. We've got Burn, Affinity, Infect,
The meta
Zoo.
is still solidifying.
It's still figuring itself out with the new unbannings. I think once everything has sorted itself out, we'll see one of the best Moderns we've seen maybe ever. I miss Twin, though.
I have a Chandra Flamecaller in the sideboard of my Blue Moon deck. I don't know if the list that's on Tapped Out has that. I tweeted mine out the other day, and TJ
yeah,
tweeted
Thursday.
it. My current list is running Still Shackles. It has a Flamecaller in the sideboard and a Keranos main. And
Not sure how I feel about Keranos main. I think
I
that
love
shouldn't be
Keranos.
there, but Eric really
Hey.
likes Keranos.
when I'm right, I'm right.
That's technically true.
That is, and technically right, is the best kind of right.
Yeah, see what happens at States. See how that kind of shakes out. Next weekend, I believe the SCG Open is Modern,
I don't know.
but we'll have to see how everything goes. It's one of those things where the format will have to sort itself out. However, the second part of your thing, Standard looks really fun. I agree. It actually looks pretty cool right now. 8 different decks in the top 8 of the Pro Tour. So
I mean,
lots
it's
of room
not
to
as
play.
fun as when I could play Mono Black, but we'll get back there eventually.
No.
Return to Theros,
That
and I'll get
Standard
Gary back.
season was not good.
Are we going to States tomorrow, Bryce?
I am not. He is not. We are not.
I've done a lot of Magic this week, and driving down to Bellevue for
Yeah,
States to me is not that.
It's a ways
really-
away. Effort. Sit
I
on
could just
couch.
sleep in.
Yeah, it seems more fun to me.
Yep.
Don't get me wrong. I
GPLA
love playing.
is one of those modern GPs coming up, and we'll be down there.
Indeed, we will be there. TJ will be there. So if you guys are in LA and you see TJ or ourselves, come say hi. We want to say hi to you.
Bryce is kind of scary, but other than that, we're not that.
I'm imposing.
That's not true. I have no desire to play modern. Not seeing a deck that interests me.
What kind of decks do you like to play? Maybe we can help you out in figuring out a deck you like.
Exactly.
Because that's one way to get that figured
Because
out.
modern has every kind of deck.
Modern
If
has
there's-
so many kinds of decks.
You don't have to play a tier 1 deck. You can play a tier 2 deck that is
As long as you know how to
fun,
play it
and you
well.
know how to play it, and you can
can
beat a
get
lot
wins.
of tier 1 decks.
What modern decks do we play?
I play
Sniper
Blue
asks.
Moon currently. I've played from Burn to Jeskai Control and everything in between. So if you have questions about Modern, I can probably answer your questions. He was a Twin player forever.
I played Twin. I've played Kiki Control. I've played Jeskai Control. I have played
Soul
Eldrazi.
Sisters.
Soul Sisters was the first modern deck I had.
I played Esper Jank.
It was
Yeah.
That was a
Hey,
bad tournament,
Putting
Eric.
a Batterskull on a Sun Titan is hilarious.
And then attacking and getting back your fetch land. Because
Unleash
you
your
didn't
inner
put
Timmy.
anything else into your deck to get back with Sun Titan.
I didn't need to. I put a Batterskull on the Sun Titan.
But you didn't put anything to get back. Yes, rest in peace, Twin. So sad.
Good riddance.
I miss that deck so much.
You didn't need anything.
You know what I miss? You know what I really, really, really miss? Playing the Twin versus Birthing Pod matchup. That was a ton of fun. Anyone who says differently is wrong.
Well, you're wrong.
I am not wrong. I am 100% right.
Okay, I never
Twin
played.
versus Birthing Pod is
I played
great.
Twin for one thing here. I went 5-0 in that one, so that was hilarious. But I never played
Splinter.
as Birthing Pod. I always played against Birthing Pod. Nothing is more annoying than Birthing Pod. I would rather play against Twin than Birthing Pod.
I have no issue
Especially
playing
towards
against
the end
Birthing
when Pod was getting like all of these tools and it's just like,
Well, yeah, when they got Siege Rhino, it just...
yeah. I'm gonna go
it's
get a
just
Siege
like,
Rhino. I'm not even running the combo. I'm just gonna go get a Siege Rhino every turn. Have
Heck.
fun.
It was icky.
Yeah. So, that's our input on decks we've played and against. So-
I think we both played Storm at one point.
We did. It was a good week.
It's true. It's true.
Eldrazi is not that prevalent currently, as far as I have seen. It could still make an appearance, so it could still be out there. I don't think it'll ever be tier 1 again, but it could still be like a Tron Eldrazi type thing.
Mm-hmm. Aparthia, I agree. I like the Pro Tour One of the Gods meta that had Twin, that had Pod, that had Jeskai
And
control.
what won the whole thing?
Jeskai control.
Yeah, Porphyry Nodes.
Sean
That's what won
McLaren.
the whole thing.
But yeah, so as far as Eldrazi goes, it hasn't died off per se. Eldrazi Tron is a pretty decent deck.
Kind of a big deal.
But it's just one of those things. With Ivugin gone, it makes it a lot less consistent.
As a Scapeshift player, you miss Pod dominating the format. Yeah.
Scapeshift was good against Pod. You are correct. That was one of those things.
You brought that
Scapeshift,
deck that's like, I don't care if you play Pod. I'm just going to
I'm going to kill you with
my land.
mountains. Lots of mountains.
Yep. Eldrazi and taxes. That sounds bad. Not bad as in it sucks, but it sounds as if it's going to be annoying to play against.
I mean, not necessarily.
I mean, I just assume it includes Athalia and the Flicker
So
Eldrazi.
it's death and taxes with,
Yes.
yeah,
I know.
Eldrazi Displacer.
Sounds awful.
I don't know about that.
This is how I feel about that.
It's how
Don't
you
do
feel
it.
about most things. Frank Lepore streamed it. Yeah, okay.
I
So,
mean, I'm not saying it's not a fun deck to play. I'm not saying it's not a good deck. I'm saying I don't want to play against it.
and to be fair, Frank Lepore streams a lot of decks.
That is a truth.
He streams a lot of things. So, it's a pretty mediocre deck. I mean, to each their own. Depending on how people feel about decks, that's if it's a good deck, it's going to show up. If it's a fun deck, it probably will show up at some point. Maybe not as many numbers as a good deck would, but
A good deck, let's be fair. There's deck. If you think the deck is good and you like to play it, play it.
absolutely.
In Modern, if you know your deck, you have a better shot of winning than someone who is playing like Jund or Burn and doesn't know the deck.
That is one of the things that I like best about Modern. If you know what you're doing with your deck and what to do against the main matchups, you're probably okay. You might still take a loss every now and then to that rogue deck that does something you have no idea what it's doing or why it's doing what it's doing.
And that's the joy of Modern, is to be beaten by a deck and you're like, hold on, how does this combo work again? I'm going to go get Blasting Station and put it under my Fiend Hunter that I'm going to get back with my son. It was a whole... I died to that deck as
So,
a GP. It was bad.
so how many sideboard cards for a specific matchup is too many? It depends.
16.
It depends on. It depends on how much you want to be able to beat that deck. If you really, really want to be able to beat that deck, and your main deck is not set to beat it, put a bunch of cards in your sideboard for it. It's one of those things. If your main deck is not good against, say, Affinity, I'd probably have at least 4 dedicated Affinity cards, and probably 3 more that are good against it. So about 7, so just under half of your sideboard
So if I'm
could be
out to
dedicated
beat
to something.
a specific deck, I will not put in more than 3 usually. Like I have 3 Vandal Blasts in my sideboard in my Blue Moon deck, but I also have things that just work as like removal that you can bring in against multiple decks. I mean, I've seen people when I was playing Burn. The most annoying game I ever played was against a Jeskai control player who was like, "Yeah, I didn't want to lose to Burn, so I brought in 4 timely reinforcements and I upped my helixes to 4." And I brought in a Johnny, and I'm like, cool.
Yeah,
so.
Burn doesn't win then. Tactical Rainbow Magic is a game that people should enjoy what they're playing. I agree with that. That is a very good way to put it.
Let me go see what we're up to.
Yeah.
I'll be back when I try to get us a match for this next round.
Yeah. So hopefully we'll be getting started with round 2 here in a moment. When Twin was still around, I had 9 to 12 cards in your sideboard for it. Most of the cards were for other decks as well. That was the thing about Twin. It was essentially kind of playing against a control deck. You still had to have creature removal because that was a main part of their combo. But bringing in, negate and that kind of stuff was always good. I don't know what deck you were playing. RT kind killer, but yeah, so go to MTG Top 8 and find the top 10 decks and make a sideboard plan against them. That doesn't really work for, again, like it says, doesn't really work for local metas, but it definitely works for, and it also doesn't really work for Modern. There are lots of decks in Modern. It's one of those things, if you have a large tournament that you're going to, you can base it off of the bigger decks and be able to have a plan against them. But if it's a smaller meta, like say our store out here, where we have anywhere between 16 and 28 people show up, you have no idea what's going to show up that week. So, all right, we getting ready for round 2?
Michael versus Aaron.
Alrighty.
And it is Dark Safari versus Death and Taxes.
Okay, who's where?
Michael's on the wall.
Michael's on the wall.
D&T. I saw the Flicker Wisp, but I'm like, no. Why?
Alright, and then we have Aaron. Which Aaron is this?
Walker. There you go.
That one. He is on
Dark Safari.
Dark Safari. Zero wins. Alright, so we're going to get headed down to this match for round 2. Once I change it to round 2.
Come on, Bryce. Rookie over here.
Boom.
Alright.
Alright, so we're going to get headed down for round 2. We'll see you guys in just a moment. Alrighty. Get that timer started.
There we go.
So, Death and Taxes up against Dark Safari. Dark Safari, not a deck most people are super familiar with. It's kind of a Abzan small creature deck that splashes blue off of Noble Hierarch for Serum Visions and such.
And it runs
Dungrove Elder as its main source of as its main threat. So it's a big hexproof
But
attacker.
spread is hilarious, so it's fun. I'm gonna play all these snow lands and they hit my Boros Reckoner and you just are sad. And then Death and Taxes.
Death and
is
Taxes
just
pretty straightforward as to what it
sad
is.
for
It's a mono white deck.
everybody.
Uses I believe he's still using the Eldrazi Displacer package. I don't know if he's playing Inquisitor Exarch anymore, but that's a way to give yourself reach in the late game.
Mhm.
But yeah, this should be an interesting match for sure.
You guys are good to go. Make sure they knew to actually play. There are times I've sat out there like, can we go? They're like, why aren't you
Did
playing?
Aaron win? You mean round 1? I don't know. Are they both
I have
1-0?
no idea. It looked like an interesting matchup, and they hadn't played on stream while I was here for a while, so I figured I'd put them on there.
Alright, so it looks like Michael still has Boros Reckoner in his deck. From when he had it for Eldrazi.
I like it. I like it.
Hey, it's one of those things, you drop that guy in front of a Reality Smasher,
This might be
sad days.
He might be running the Scred package in this.
No,
You sure?
I am sure.
Faux show.
No, he's just playing Boros Reckoner because it's a decent thing to block creatures with. And in the meta that's here, blocking creatures is pretty good.
Are you sure blocking creatures is good?
It is. Here.
What do you think, chat? Is blocking creatures good?
Well, I mean, I don't like to block creatures, I like to kill them with removal spells. But to each their own. Both players on a mulligan to 6 here. And
Michael's
Michael
going lower.
to 5.
I see land in Aaron's hand, so that's usually a good thing.
It's a
to
good
keep.
sign.
Hashtag land is good. Maybe. What if
you're
it has
blocking and you're not
vigilance?
attacking? Exactly.
What
Celestial
if it
Colonnade
has vigilance?
can both block and attack. But not really both. Because it costs a lot of mana.
Or a Sun Titan with a Batter Skull.
No one does that, Eric.
I did it
No
to an
one
Elves
does that.
player. He was so sad because he had comboed for a bunch of life, and I just ruined his day. 10 a turn.
All right, so it looks like both players keeping Michael on 5, and here is a Plains we're probably going to...
There we
he
go.
caught himself.
He's a
We didn't
lands
have
in
to
front
yell
guy.
at him.
So,
Proud of Michael. Proud of him. All right.
the old fetch shock Serum Visions, probably.
I would guess going to get a blue source would probably mean Serum Visions, or he's just casting a Noble Hierarch off of this. Got it. Nailed it. All right, here is a Leonin Arbiter for Michael. That's going to pose a problem for Aaron, I would think.
No.
Oh, here is a Murmuring Bosk with a Dungrove Elder in hand to reveal to a tap and enter untapped. And Dungrove Elder is in play. Because that is a promo, I am going to bring Dungrove Elder up for you guys. Because he hasn't been seen in a while.
It's because he was really popular up here during the Innistrad era.
Dungrove, Seattle.
Yeah.
So, Blade Splicer coming down for Michael.
There are golems in there.
Should be.
Under G.
They're out of alphabetical order at this point, I believe.
Why? People. There's heathens here.
Yeah,
Who just
they
rearrange
don't put things back correctly ever.
Oh well. We'll figure
Worm
it out.
tokens. Wow, TJ's got everything these days.
Or does he? Is there a Merit Lage in there?
I don't believe we have a Merit Lage. I can print him one though.
That's not the same.
But it'll work.
Will it though?
It will.
Will it though?
I guarantee it. I mean, that's the red elemental tokens are ones that I printed, as well as the Voice of Resurgent elemental tokens are ones that I printed. So, yep, he found the golems. Looks
There
like,
we go.
so. All right, here is a tap Temple Garden and an attack for 4 with Dungrove Elder.
It's 3. Well, 4. You're right. Exalted is a thing. Which actually makes the Hierarch act as a forest.
Boom. Nailed it.
I love it when he flips pasta golems.
Pasta golems. That sounds delicious. Best golem ever. Alright, Path to Exile, making sure that Michael can't search for that basic plains.
It's true.
TJ is not here.
But
So,
I can
we can
message
pass
him
the
and
message
make sure
along.
that he will take a look at that.
We will definitely pass the message along to him, but he is not here.
He's out celebrating his birthday tonight.
That
jerk.
weirdo wanting to
He doesn't
have
get
a birthday. Abrupt Decay coming at the golem, and Aaron going to take 2 down to 3.
Down to 12.
I have no idea. Oh, he had to take damage off of the Murmuring Bosk. That would do it.
There we go.
And Eldrazi Displacer comes down for Michael.
You want to pull that one up for them folks who don't know what that is?
Absolutely.
No worries, the Jekyll. Also, welcome in everyone who we haven't said hello to. There's 55 of us watching currently. So, welcome to Modern.
So Eldrazi Displacer, as you can see, played a key role in the blue-white Eldrazi deck.
That Bryce played.
Is Aaron paying 2 to search?
Aaron, you have to pay 2 to search. He's already searched, so he's got to pay it.
Yep.
There we go.
He decided to search. He's going to have to pay. Jack L.
Sorry. Is it the Jackal?
He's
Jackal?
not-
Jackal?
Stop it.
It's a Jackal?
I will slap you.
It's a
so
Family
hard.
Guy joke, everybody.
Really? Is
From
that
like
what that's from?
season 2, before you all were. I don't know how old you all are. So,
Don't judge people, Eric. That's mean.
what if I'm Dread?
Then feel free to judge people.
I mean, I was going to.
Alright, here's an attack coming in for 5. Snapcaster Mage coming down.
Ambush Viper coming down. You mean?
Path to Exile. sending at the Displacer.
Well, can't flicker it.
He cannot flicker anything, technically.
He could flicker the high arc.
And deciding not to...
He can't search. Well, he could search, but it
Deciding
would
not
cost
to
him
pay to
2.
search. Yep.
So,
is Aaron just going to take this 2, or is he going to block with the snap? That is the question. I'm guessing that we are at the before blockers step, and Michael's deciding what he wants to do.
mm-hmm.
Not sure what exactly Michael has in his hand, but
There's no judgment.
okay, looks like they will trade.
That's true. He does need colorless to flicker.
I mentioned that.
I know how magic cards work. I can read the card. Ish.
Here's an Inquisitor Exarch. Is that going to gain him 2 life, or is that going to hit Aaron for 2? Looks like it's going to gain him 2 life up to 13. So Inquisitor Exarch, an interesting addition to this Death and Taxes list. One that he added to help combat burn a little bit, as well as give the deck a little more reach in the late game.
That card doesn't have reach.
It gives him reach in the form of hitting your opponent for 2 life.
But it does not have reach.
It does not.
Dark Safari.
You
that's
know
he
what I
call-
mean
that's
when
what he
I
calls
say-
his deck.
yes,
So we're
it's-
going with it. It's
it's
a
called
4-color,
Dark Safari.
4-color fun.
Yep. So we explained Dark Safari earlier. I'll explain it again real quick for anybody who has recently joined. Dark Safari is an Abzan-based color deck using blue for Snapcaster Mage and... okay, it's just a 4-color deck. Never mind. It used to just kind of splash blue.
It's a 4-color.
But it's a 4-color deck that uses Dungrove Elder as its main threat.
Yep.
So the card provides a form of reach. You guys know what I mean. Stop it.
Do we? Could you please describe how you are...
Sure. Reach is
When a
what
creature is
is-
able to block flying, even though it doesn't have flying.
reach is what is referred to as an ability to close out a game without attacking with your creatures.
Okay, fair enough. Oh look, Remand and game 2.
And that'll do it. So Aaron taking down game 1.
So I feel like the Death and Taxes sideboard could come in and do some work here.
It depends on what he's got.
That's true.
Dealing with giant hexproof dudes is not something Death and Taxes is very good at.
Porphyry knows.
Is that sure?
I mean, honestly, I believe he runs them, or has in the past.
I don't believe he does, but he can bring in those runed halos. Guys, come on, give me a break. I explained myself well enough, I would think. Like,
Yes.
help me out here.
Shallow and pedantic. It cannot block flying.
I'm just taking it off the screen now. It's gone. It's not there. You can't see it. No one knows what you're talking about. So, as you can see there at the front of Michael's deck, you see a Darkar Wastes. That's one of the ways that he's allowing himself to be able to activate the Eldrazi Displacer. He also has full playsets of Ghost Quarter and Tectonic Edge.
Does he run Waste?
I don't believe he does.
Not even one?
Nope.
So he could path things and go get it?
He runs a Darkar Wastes in order to be able to have the ability to both activate his Eldrazi Displacer and making Spellskite be a little less painful to activate.
I don't like it.
Because you can pay 1 life to add a blue instead of paying 2 life to activate Spellskite.
Yes, I understand. I do understand what you're saying.
That's fine. I'm just trying to make sure people understand the words that are coming out of my mouth.
It's a bit of a reach.
No, it's a stretch.
I wasn't going to copyright Guy Montags. I was just playing off it.
He posted it on the internet. It is free reign.
Is that how that works?
It's exactly how it works.
You heard this legal
Yarr.
advice from Bryce. If someone posts something on the internet, it is free to take.
Racist? What's racist? I don't know what was racist there.
I don't know. So, what would Aaron bring in if you were a 4-color control deck or tempo
Jeez.
deck? I guess.
I don't
know what he runs in the sideboard, honestly.
Which deck?
I
Which deck
assume he
2S
means Dark
God?
Safari because it's awesome.
So is it better to have reach or utility? If my card has reach, I can end the game like whenever I want. That is, not whenever you want. It gives you the ability to get through a game without attacking with your creatures. Lightning Bolt is a form of reach. It gives you the ability to not just attack with your creatures and kill them. Instead, you can be like, oh, you're at 3. Kill you.
I mean, we can probably find a list for this.
I believe the list might be out there.
Is it on the tapped out?
It might be. I'm gonna check. Oh, come on.
Why did you break the internet?
Didn't.
He broke the internet.
Fixing
We're
it.
fine.
We're gonna check. See if Dark Safari is out there.
So Aaron's mulliganing down here, which on the draw he's probably looking for some quick reaction, some removal, something like that.
Alright, it looks like Dark Safari is not out on our tapped out page. But we will definitely try to get it out there for you guys. However, there are a plethora of other decks out there if you want to check them out, so feel free.
It can only block flyers with 3 toughness or less, though.
You know what? This is just not going away, is it?
Nope.
I say one thing, you guys won't let me live it down.
You said something on the internet, Bryce.
it's free
Of course
for
it's gonna
everyone to
be
use.
Yep. Aaron mulliganing. I think this is still down to 5? Only if you flip it and it remains a permanent. That's not true. Don't quote me on that one.
I don't even know anymore. I'm off it. I'm off reach.
It's all confusing, Bryce.
I'm never
now.
using
He doesn't know
reach
how to-
anymore. I will never cast a creature with reach again.
There
in
you
my
go. When
career.
you play against Bryce, nothing will have reach. It's fine.
I mean, I have flyers. But... All right, so here we go. Oh, Thraben Inspector comes down. He needs a clue token. I don't think we have clues out there. I think that's one thing we don't have.
We need blue in there.
Have you heard Tyler's idea for a Blues Clues deck?
No.
Yeah.
Are there clue tokens?
I
I
don't
don't
believe
think
so.
so.
You might have to ask Dylan.
He's hunting for clues. It's funny because it's flavorful.
TJ just has his Academy runes back here
I
that
know.
I borrowed.
Is it in this pile of cards?
It's not. I checked.
You know, in the back room of a card shop, there's just random
there's just
piles
random
of
piles of
cards
cards
sitting
back here.
around.
There's a... No clue tokens. We got nothing.
That looks like a morph creature. to
Raven
me.
Inspector getting in for one. It's one of the mana counter things.
I know. I just like to be a pain, alright?
I know. Hey, he got a clue token.
There we go. Yes, Reach
Get
is
a clue.
has banding on lightning bolts, just so you know. But only if something else has horsemanship.
Alright, you trolls. There is a giant that has reach.
Skyraker Giant. It is a real card.
That's a
It's a red
giant that
card.
has reach. Yeah, but being tall does not necessarily mean you have reach. Look at Progenitus.
I know. I asked Mark Rosewater once why Progenitus didn't have reach. He's like, he doesn't care. He'll just let things fly.
Blocking
He doesn't
flying
block.
creatures is beneath him.
Yeah, that's what he told me.
Well, there's another attack for one, and we're going to get a kitchen finks in here, bringing Michael up to 21 as he had to pay a life from his Adarkar wastes. There might be a troll that has reach. Who knows?
you got a
As far
Kitchen
as why
Sphinx coming
Pale Rider
down.
doesn't have, I already said that.
Well, yeah. And then Aaron is going to fetch Shock for something here.
Yeah, there are trolls that have reach.
There's a lot of things with reach, to be fair. If you're looking for just the keyword
What's the
reach.
most forgettable mechanic? I can't remember.
Okay, so he didn't fetch Shock. He's still at 18 or 16.
16. Well, there's a Murmuring Bosk showing a Dungrove Elder. It's a
And then
3/3,
cast the
so that
Dungrove
Kitchen
Elder.
Sphinx will be able to attack into it. Mossbridge Troll, yep. Nope, that's not the one.
Stay right to the line.
I will find it. I promise. Aha! It is. Oh! Trestle Troll! I
In
fixed
case
it.
you wanted to see that, guys.
Sorry.
Let's talk
quick
about the
blink.
matches happening
Let's see what's
instead
happening.
of random trolls.
Yes, so there is a Leonin Arbiter in play that was able to... Leonin Arbiter is in play, and so that allowed Ghost Quarter to take out Aaron's...
Murmuring Bosk.
both the Murmuring Bosk and the Temple Guard.
Yep.
Here's a
Flicker Wisp.
Flicker Wisp. Probably going to flicker
I
out.
mean, he's grabbing a card to be a clue.
Ooh.
Ooh. Flicker the land.
Oh, that leaves him with no forests, so Dungrove Elder dies.
That's true.
That is beautiful. That was good.
He could have fetched and got rid of that land.
RT Kind Killer, you'll have to watch at a later date. In fact, maybe on our YouTube channel.
All right.
Check it out.
Michael, taking game 2.
Michael does indeed take game 2, so we are going to a wonderful game 3 here between Death and Taxes and Dark Safari. A phrase I never thought I'd say in my life.
You know, that's what we do here. We get hilarious matchups that cause people to have interesting conversations.
Exactly. It's exactly what it does.
Sure.
So, with Dark Safari going to be on the play here for game 3, who do you like for game 3 here?
I like Dark Safari if he can get the tempo going. Like, turn 1, Serum Visions, or Hierarch. Turn 2, either drop the Dungrove Elder.
Turn 2 play an Elder.
Like, something like that would be great for him. If he lags behind, Death and Taxes will just devour him. In my opinion.
Yep.
Having
I
played
think
multiple
if
blue
he
decks
stumbles,
against
Death and Taxes has a very good ability to capitalize on that and just take full advantage. Why did he just say that and leave us hanging? Say what? I don't know what I said or Eric said.
Whatever.
Let me know. I'll try to finish the sentence. With absolutely no context.
Well, Michael's keeping. Oh, here we go. Turn
All
1
right.
Hierarch.
Hierarch is on the board. What the heck is Dark Safari? That is a good question, Go Giddens. Pretty sure that's how you say that. Dark Safari is a 4-color aggressive deck that uses Dungrove Elder as its main source of threats. Ruined Halo naming Dungrove Elder. I would guess that Aaron is going to have an Abrupt Decay to handle that, but
Maybe.
who knows? Yep, there it
There it
is.
is.
Down to 19 he goes, but taking 4. is what Michael will do. Down to 16. So. Ooh, a Boros Reckoner
It's a
here,
4-color
but does not
tempo deck with Dungrove Elder as its win condition.
Hey, there's that Inquisitor Exarch again.
Why is he special?
Because he's a card that exists.
There we go.
Alright, here's an attack for 5.
And Rhino!
And Siege Rhino.
Yay!
Thought we were off the Siege Rhino train. Just pulls me back in.
Not gonna lie, I have cast Siege Rhinos in my life because I played Abzan, because I'm a spike and will play whatever will win.
Well, of course.
But I never liked it.
Yes, that's why Inquisitor Exarch is good. It gives 2 devotion to white. Well, there's Ghost Quarter to handle the 2 Murmuring bosses.
Yield double Ghost Quarter.
Double Strip Mine.
Yeah. Double
But
strip
in this
mine.
case, it was just Wasteland because it hit 2 non-basic lands, but it's what it is. It's like Abzun. Interesting. It's a good way to describe it.
The Rhino is coming.
Is that like the British?
Yes, it has the same amount of threat as the British are coming.
That's fair. Alright, so looks like Michael going to
We really
take
don't need Wasteland in Modern,
the 5
actually.
here.
I mean, me being a control player would love it, but everyone else would hate it.
I would play Wasteland so much. Alright, looks like we're going to get a Boros Reckoner.
Boom.
How's it going, Siege Rhino? My name's Boros Reckoner. We didn't get to meet in Standard,
He was my friend in
but I'm
Standard
going to
a
make you
lot.
sad.
It's Abzan Zoo, except it plays blue for Remand, Serum Visions, and Snapcaster that we've seen so far.
Mm-hmm. What card is that? Which one?
The one that just played is Boros Reckoner.
Yeah, Reckoner. Turn 2 Boros Reckoner, turn 3 Dominant Rod. That was a curve.
I was more of the turn 3 Boros Reckoner, turn 4 Hellrider guy.
Yeah, you and your red deck.
Turn 1 Cackler, turn 2 Ash Zealot, turn 3 Reckoner, turn 4 Hellrider. Good game.
Good old curve. They should print a giant beach creature that has protection from rhinos. I like it.
Sure.
Now, Aaron is going to have to decide if he wants to attack his rhino into the Reckoner.
The feels.
Now, it does look like Aaron has a Rancor in his hand. I did see a lovely green card. Lovely old-looking green card. Yep, looks like he has
could he
Rancor,
Rancor and win?
back in the back of his hand. I don't believe so,
3, 5. Well,
because it's 4, 5, 6, 7. He's attacking for 7 with trample. 3, put 5 toughness in front of it. You take 2.
no, because
Puts it on the
the attacks
Dungrove.
with the Rhino, it's got exalted.
Yes.
Okay.
So 4, 5, 6, 7. Rhino's a 4, 5.
When you put Rancor on it, it becomes a
When it
7.
attacks, it becomes a 7, 7, 8. 7, 6, technically. Alright, so attacking with both here, I think. So that's 4. So that'd be 1, 2, 3. If he blocks Boros Reckoner on the Rhino. Interesting. He just wants to get rid of the Rhino.
No shenanigans here.
So Michael going to take 4.
Go to 1.
Where do you want to deal the damage? The correct
This
answer is
matters.
just deal
The correct answer is deal all 3 to the Arbiter.
all 4 to the
Oh,
to
all
the
4
Arbiter.
to the Arbiter.
Yeah. So he's going to deal all the damage to the. He's going to deal damage to that. Kill the Noble Hierarch. How did that happen? How is Arbiter dead and Reckoner's not? Check that.
How is the Reckoner still alive? 2-2. Okay.
You can't do that. You have to assign lethal
You have
damage
to
to the
assign
first one.
lethal damage to the first. Did you block? Okay, first was Arbiter. Okay.
Okay, so
He assigned two to the Arbiter and then two
first,
to the
and
Reckoner.
then Reckoner. Okay.
Probably not knowing the interaction that you can assign all of it to one.
Yeah, if he wanted to kill the Arbiter there, he should have just signed all 4 to the Arbiter. But now, Michael has the ability to play a Leanin Arbiter and keep First Strike available for
Yep.
his...
Not bad.
So yeah, having First Strike available for his Boros Reckoner here is pretty big. Now, will Aaron remember this? That is something that can happen.
We'll find out in just a moment.
That is the question.
Gonna have some generic brand water.
No, I drink Dasani.
They don't pay you for that.
Nope. Free advertising. Hey, maybe they'll send me a bunch of water.
Oh, look. Boris Reckoner, Part 2. Electric Boogaloo.
Alright.
So you just sit back and let him run his guys into your...
Oh, Maelstrom
Woo!
Ballast!
The feels.
I believe Michael is dead now, because this guy attacks for 5.
He doesn't have enough toughness.
And he has 4 toughness. And that is it.
All right. Aaron taking it with Dark Safari.
Alright, so... Eric, if you would like to
Find another match.
see if we've got another match, that would be fantastic.
See what I can do. See what I can do, folks. I'll be right back.
In the meantime, I'm going to bring us back up to the booth here. And we'll be figuring some stuff out.
One match left in the game.
1 match left. Okay, cool. So we will just bring it back to the booth, talk to you guys while we finish this round. Whoop, wrong one.
Still
Happens.
getting used to clicking things.
So Justice Peanut, it is not Tribal Flames. It is just 4 color. It uses Dungrove Elder as its main source of attacking.
What Nephilim is that?
Nephilim, the one
We should just name 4-color decks after the Nephilim that they are, and just save like all of this garbage of like Mardu green and that kind
this
of
is
thing.
the one that does not have red.
There you
It is
go.
Witchmaw Nephilim.
So we'll call it Witchmaw. He likes Dark Safari, so we'll keep it with his thing, but should be called Witchmaw because that just sounds way cooler, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
But his deck, he can do what he wants.
As far as getting the list, we will definitely try to get that list. He's been willing to share the list in the past. I don't know if he has it on him currently. I will make sure TJ
We can get it
gets
here in
that
the next
list,
few
though.
days.
So, oh,
There we go.
oh,
Yep.
looks like
There it
he's
is.
out there. That is the list.
That
Go
is the
ahead.
list. Found it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good game tier.
Get game time.
Get game. Get game time.
Bow.
And he's like, air horn's like, wah wah. Get game time. So.
This is a pile of cards that I like.
Good
to hear.
That's how decks are built.
That's why he made it. So,
This card here, I like this card.
see this card? I like this card. It's a great card. Anyway, hello to those of you who may have
Just joined us.
entered.
We're up to
during
90
this.
people watching. So hello everybody. Probably just coming from some Pro Tour coverage, that sort of thing.
Indeed, I am Bryce,
I'm Eric.
and we are streaming from Geek Fortress here in Snohomish, Washington.
We're just north of Seattle. So if
Just
you're in the
north of
area,
Seattle.
come say hello.
Absolutely.
We do this 3 times a week. Wednesdays at 7, we do
Modern.
Modern. Fridays at 7:30, we do Legacy.
Legacy.
And on Saturdays at 6 o'clock, which you're watching currently, we do Modern again because double the Modern, double the fun.
Exactly.
So what's the favorite thing you've seen out of the Pro Tour this weekend, Bryce?
My favorite thing that I've seen out of the Pro Tour was basically just watching LSV go off with the black-green Aristocrats deck, and his opponent was at like 18, and LSV just goes, "Kill you."
Aristocrats is back, folks. Which, I liked that deck back when it was first in Standard, but I'll be interesting to see how similar it is and what we can do.
Yes.
Match on camera?
Are they between matches now?
Yes.
Sure, get over there.
Alright, it's Jung versus Absento.
Yep. Are they going into game 3?
Game 2.
Game
Who
2,
got
who
game
won
one?
game 1?
Absent.
Coleman.
Okay.
Where is Coleman sitting?
Coleman is not on the wall, so it's Peter on the wall.
Peter.
But we got a treat for you guys. A fully foiled out Jund deck because Peter is a boss.
And spends lots of money on his cards.
I mean, over time, he put it together, and it looks amazing. So we're going to have Jund versus Abzan Company. Abzan Company took game 1, and we're going into game 2 with 16 minutes left on the clock. So it was probably a pretty grindy match.
Absolutely. But let's get down there. We will see you in a moment. All right, so
Here are
looks like
two
they're not
decks.
quite there yet. They're not quite there yet. Yeah, he does have 4 Judge Foil bolts. He has 4 Judge Foil bobs.
Bobs, foil and goifs.
Foil Goyce,
It's
foil
foil
Liliana.
everything.
It's fully foiled.
Sideboard's
It's a fully
foiled,
Jund
all that
deck.
jazz.
It's gross. It's just so shiny to look at on the
You
other
just
side
gotta
of the
Jund
board.
them. You can hate Jund,
Jund
but
them
you
out.
have to love this deck because of the time it took for this deck to come together.
Look at that shine. It's just glimmering.
It'll make you envious. He is running
All
Kalias.
right.
Apparently Coleman didn't like those 7.
It is to Whirly 25 up there. It is snow homish, like the white stuff that falls from the sky. Snow.
SNOHOMISH.
HOMISH. Snow homish.
Without the W.
Look at all that money sitting on the table. That is true.
Yep.
Is he running Garrick? I don't believe anyone is running Garrick Apex Predator. No.
I mean, that sounds fun. Not quite on the curve that you want to flip off a Bob. So. He is on the Huntmaster Kalidas'. That's what's running through this deck right now.
Yep, he runs Huntmaster and Kalidas. All right.
Shiny fetch
Verdant,
land.
Verdant Catacombs from Peter, and we are on to Coleman. Looks like he's going to shock, and I believe we're going to see a Bird's Paradise.
Yep. Do you think he'll bolt the bird, Bryce?
I hope
Because
so.
you know what you should always do, everybody? Bolt the bird.
Bolt the bird.
Always
all day.
bolt the bird. Especially against Abzan Company. As one who plays bolts against them, you want to
Well, he
slow
didn't
them
look
down.
at a red source. So.
He didn't, so... Yes, this deck is glorious.
All right, well,
Here's the Thoughtseize
here's
and
the
then bolt the bird.
Thoughtseize, and I would guess we are... All right, well, Spellskite, Path to Exile, and a couple lands.
Probably Path, yeah. So he can't remove the threat. Does he have the bolt for the bird?
Who knows? Looks like he's got a Terminate in his hand.
That's like a bolt.
He's got a couple Terminates.
Only less exciting.
Looks like he's got 2 Terminates and an Olivia.
He has the bolt too. There you
Oh,
go.
there's the bolt.
Bolt the bird.
Gotcha.
Every time.
And here is a lovely Spellskite.
So the thing about Spellskite
And
in
down
this
comes
deck
Hammerwood.
is it does act as a ramp spell. Any creature does, and in most it just sits there and blocks and takes things, but in this it does provide some ramp, which is nice to have the utility in the card that has already got a bunch of utility.
All right, Tarmogoyf is 1, 2, 3. It is a 4/5.
Do we not have the Goyf die?
Where's the
these
Goyf
days?
die?
I don't know. We had a Goyf die. Apparently
It
it's
wasn't
not
out there. It wasn't out there when I was cleaning
Hmm.
stuff. Who took it last night?
Legacy players.
Legacy players. We should find out from Dylan if...
That's fine. We'll do it.
Well, we need a Goyf die.
We know what it is.
Thank you. That doesn't help
Yes,
people.
we will. We'll be fine.
The whole reason we got it. Played against Black Green Tron today.
Was
What's
it running
that
Eldrazi?
like? Lily carned you out of game 1.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like fun.
Malira. I think he's
Alright.
just trying to set up for the cord next turn. Which
Well, he's got 2 chords.
Yes, but now he has triple green he can chord with.
Terminate going to take out spell
That's an
sky.
abrupt decay.
Same difference.
Not the same difference.
Totally same difference. And down to 3 is Coleman.
He can chord for 1.
He has a Viscera Seer, so he could cast the Viscera Seer, and then he can
Chord
chord
for
for 1,
one.
which doesn't do anything.
And get another Viscera Seer, because I think he runs 2.
Alright, well, that is going to do it for Game 2.
Which
We are
Peter
heading
takes.
directly into Game 3.
We're not going to pass go, and we're not going to collect $200.
While they're between games, go find out from Dylan if he has the Goif die.
Be right back, folks.
Did someone steal the Goif die?
Eric's going to go see if he can find us a Goif die, seeing as it should be somewhere around. But who knows? Yep, he did get Junded out. That was removal plus Thoughtseize plus Tarmogoyf equals Jund.
Someone is borrowing the Goif die.
Someone is borrowing the Goif die? For
That is
what?
what Dylan said. I don't know.
Someone like, why would you need it for like a tournament or something?
We're fine. We know.
That's frustrating.
Jund is not the best shard. That would be Esper. Or Grixis. Probably Esper, though. I mean, if we're picking shards of Alara that we like the best, for loving red as much as I do, I like Esper the best.
No, I don't like. None of the shards really fit me. I'm a Jeskai guy. I'm a wedge.
He also played Bant forever.
I did.
So-
So Bant would be the shard I would pick, but you know, whatever. All right, so Coleman keeping 7 this time.
That's generous on the deck box. I think it's less than that. That's a hand. Is that a wall of roots?
Might have been. I didn't catch it. Looks like Wall of Roots, yep. Savage Death Jungle World, you mean Naya?
Yes. We're talking about shards of Alara.
Yeah.
And then you got Sim City, which I assume is Esper, because it's all made of artifacts. Goif? Oh, Bob. You know,
Dark Confidant.
greatness at any cost.
Alright, so here comes Kitchen Finks. And
Ah.
a Lightning Bolt. Coleman's favorite card to see.
I know. Dominaria, best shard? Debatable.
Dominaria is not really a shard.
It's more of a place that is destroyed.
I don't know if I'd call it destroyed, but
I mean,
it's not looking good.
Kind of did it in.
Best Bant deck in Modern?
Company.
Bant Company's pretty good. Alright, so Coleman fetching.
I'm surprised. Well, he needs the black, I guess. I'm surprised he didn't get a overgrown tomb.
Did Peter not take his damage off the bob? From the bolt? Should be at 17. Because he shocked and flipped a bolt. Bant Company is a deck.
Right? They're playing fast. I'll make sure that if it,
Okay.
when he
Well.
adjusts it after the next bob flip, will.
If he does. Peter is one of those lucky guys who always flips lands to Bob most of the time.
Always flips lands to his bob.
Bant Company was played in the SCG Invitational. I saw it being played. So, it's definitely a deck. Alrighty, so
Let's see. Bob
Alright.
Trigger, 1.
Takes one.
He's writing it on the side. He's a.
There we go. Down to 16.
They're on it. He's
Got it
So he's keeping
fixed.
on a life pad to the side. He just didn't have.
Yes, Guy Montags, Eli Cassis. That was it. Thank you. Inquisition takes another Kitchen Finks.
Ugh. He is run a little thin on that there card.
He has lost 2 Kitchen Finks to that, and 1 with a -1/-1
Yeah.
counter on it currently.
All right, so you just rumble in, I assume, with the Goif.
Yeah, there we go. Eli Cassis came in 9th place at the Invitational playing Bant
Ant
Company.
Company.
So,
Mainboard Declaration in Stone.
yeah, that's a good one.
Oh, Scavenging Ooze. Not bad against a deck that wants to
Scavengers
persist.
pretty good against. Pretty good against the Abzan Company deck.
Mm-hmm. Block with my 0/4.
Would you like to lightning bolt my wall of roots?
It's always fun.
Bolt my wall of roots. Add some green mana, and I will put counters on my guys.
Ugh.
Draws another land.
He is
now,
rather
But
flooded.
now Coleman has the ability to just put counters on his guys using Gavany Township. So he
Yep,
can,
so he can block, persist, gain 2.
but he's not going to be able to persist because of the
Scavenging
Scavenging News. So
That is a truth. What if he
Yep.
attacks with the Scavenging Ooze?
I don't know. I mean,
Like this?
if he blocks the Scavenging News, then Peter eats 2 creatures out of Coleman's graveyard and still has a green up. Yep. Gains 2 life up to 18.
Coleman's just going to take it.
And down to 14 goes Coleman.
Looking a little bit of a rough spot for Coleman here.
Yep.
Bolt coming in
Bolt going
in
to
response to
Sphinx.
the Gavany.
Dies. Eat it.
There you go.
Untap. What does Coleman got? Another land. That
Damn.
is going to be it.
Well, sometimes you have the land when you don't need it.
Yep, that happens. So, that should be it for our round 2. Which means we'll be getting round 3 started any
In
minute.
just a moment. I don't even know what decks are out there, so I'm going to try and pick something we haven't seen yet. It'll be interesting. Damnation and Anger.
Alright, gonna bring it back to the booth. We'll be back with round 2. With round 3 in just a moment. Alright, so Goif, I believe, was a 4/5 land creature instant sorcery. 4/5. So there was still a Finks in Coleman's graveyard. So Peter was able to take that one down. So Jun took it down in 3 games. So we are getting ready for round 3 to be starting. All right. He did not eat all the creatures. He ate a Wall of Roots and a Kitchen Finks. There was still 1 Finks in the graveyard. that he Inquisitioned on turn 1. So, still 1 Finks. Yeah, it sounds like pairings have gone up for round 3, so we are going to get that to you here very shortly. He did not eat all the Finks. He ate the Wall of Roots and 2 of the Finks.
All right. So we have... So everybody who's playing, basically, we've seen at some point. So we have Dustin Parks on Mono White Hate Bears versus Ian on Infect.
Where are people sitting?
Ian is against the wall. This is our first place match. They are undefeated currently. So I figured we'd get them to start the game off with. Because it'll probably be done either very quickly or take forever.
In fact... And then who's the other one?
Dustin Parks. Okay.
On...
Mono White Hate Bears.
I mean, it's basically just death and taxes, right?
I mean, he called it Mono White Hate Bears. So
Okay. Well, we are going to head on down for
round 3.
round 3.
Fight!
Here we go. Alrighty.
So, Infect versus basically Death and Taxes. What do you think has the edge here? Because
I think that the Death and Taxes deck might actually have a decent edge, having plenty of land destruction for Inkmoth Nexus and then Path to Exile as
it'll
an
come
answer
down to, like, do you have the Path for the guy turn 1, and then you have the Thalia turn 2 to slow him down more? That sort of thing. Make sure they know they're good to go.
Yep, go ahead.
They're good to go when they're Coleman sitting next to them.
I mean, I don't know if Wall of Roots was still in the graveyard. I'm pretty sure that Coleman moved Wall of Roots and 1 Finks out the first time that Peter ate 2 creatures.
I think he just said
That's neither
eat
here
2
nor
creatures.
there. Yeah, that's neither here nor there. So there was still a creature in the graveyard. That was what was important to make go away for 4/5. So looks like Ian going to take a mulligan here. And
I mean, Infect is one of those things that's like a combo deck where you want to have pieces in your hand. You can't really.
Is that a 5-land hand?
But it's got the Thalia.
It's
and
got
a
Thalia,
Flickerless
Path to Exile.
and Ghost Quarter.
It's got Thalia, Path to Exile, 2 planes. Looks like a couple Mutabolts.
Yeah.
So TJ is not playing again. It was his birthday weekend, so he is not here. He is taking some time off streaming. Streaming 15 hours a week takes a lot out of you.
So he's out partying.
Yeah, he's out having a good time. Being and alcohol.
Being and alcohol. Just 1 alcohol. Shock,
All right,
I assume.
here
elf.
is
Yep.
a Glistener Elf.
Do you path this right now?
No.
Really?
Well, maybe.
I would have gotten
might
rid
have.
of it. I'll trade 1 for
Especially
1
with
with him all
Thalia
day.
coming down next turn.
Yeah.
This turn, you probably just wanted to path it there.
Yep.
And it looks like he's now thinking of pathing it. He should have done that on his end step if he was going to do it, I think.
Because then he could have. It's just someone who doesn't play against a live Infect. It's hard to know when to do things. So
Yeah, it looks like he has two
Two
mutabolts,
mutabolts.
another planes. Looks like he drew a Restoration Angel for the turn, and then has the Thalia. So, all right. So I would guess that this turn we're going to see Blighted Agent come down. Looks like Ian is playing main deck Path. So
yep, he is. He told me he was switching that.
So he switched to the more Bant Infect.
So now you play a Mutavault or a Plains
I
and
mean,
play
I guess
Thalia?
you play
I mean, I would play.
Mutavault Thalia, I guess.
You could, yeah. And then Ghost Quarter the breeding pool. Take him off blue, or he has to go get an island if he wants.
Infect does not typically run a basic island.
Well, then you're just winning, then, aren't you?
Well, you can just go fetch for an island. Blue source.
I know, but bartender, an alcohol, please.
One something girly, and I've been getting 3 to 4 different drinks so far. Makes sense. Sounds about right. I'm gonna do that. You can see better.
Holy cow! It's got a full screen mode.
Yeah, right?
Why have we never used this
I
before?
don't know.
It's always been in the small screen. So every time I've done this stream, even with TJ, we've always had it in just regular window mode, and now it's in full screen mode, and I can see
You
things
can
so much
see the
clearer,
whole
more
the whole
clearly.
board.
That's weird. I don't like it.
All right,
I don't like change.
coming in for 1,
Nope.
2. Ian, you have to pay 1 for that.
Or two lie. Oh, he does.
Ian, you have to pay 1 for that.
Hold up, Ian. That cost 1.
Boom. 3
There we
points.
go. Shock. And
Ooh,
he's
he
got
has
the
passed, but path into a restoration angel.
the feels. All the feels.
Not gonna feel good.
Well, let's see what Dustin does here. Does he get
Uh,
greedy?
I believe the band is basically just for Path to Exile.
Yep. It is
he's-
only for
he's
path.
only playing
That's
it
the
for
only thing it's in
removal.
there for.
And Ian has been running out all of his other lands and holding an Inkmoth Nexus in his hand.
I mean,
because
they know there's
Ghost
a
Quarter is in
so
play. Alright, and attack for 4. Gonna take Ian down to 9 here.
He doesn't
I
care.
have not been keeping up on life totals there.
Terrible, Bryce.
I
Absolutely
know.
terrible.
I'm the worstest.
Fired.
I don't think so, but alright, here comes the Path to Exile for the Thalia.
Does Ian have it, depending on what he has in his hand?
I think he just has another land and an Inkmoth. Yeah, so he's got Groundswell, which can get 4/5. He'll be bringing his opponent to 8 this time. And if he... I don't know. He doesn't have him dead this turn.
No.
Here's an attack for 1. Groundswell, 4, 5, take you to 8.
Thalia is exiled.
Thalia is exiled, yep.
The Thalia is exiled.
There we go. Got it. Thank you.
So
All right.
nice to have
So
Coleman
what did
sitting
he
next to it.
draw? He drew. He has 2. He has a lot of lands. He has 2 tech edges, 2 plains, and a restoration.
I think the
Angel.
only non-land he's drawn since the start of the game
Restoration
is
Angel.
Restoration Angel.
Yep.
Which is... Oof. And he
And he
sees the writing on the
scoops
wall.
it up. It's only 2 turns till he's dead. He could be attacking with the Mutabolts. No, he's still dead on that
Yeah, he's
clock.
dead.
Yep. Okay, so... Infect taking down game 1. Whoop.
So what does Death and Taxes run to beat Infect?
More removal.
More removal.
Rule of Law. Or Eidolon of Rhetoric.
That's
So
what
they can't pump them
Como
multiple-
brought in that game, by the
multiple
way.
turns. That was what it was?
It was
Was
an
Eidolon
Eidolon of Rhetoric.
Okay. Because then you can't cascade into stuff.
Yup.
That makes complete sense.
I mean, the Cascade trigger happens. You
The
just-
white is not for Wrath of God. As we have established, it is for Path to Exile.
And only Path to Exile.
Alright, so... I'm not sure what Ian is going to be doing. Looks like he's removing his Gitaxian probes, because it looks like he was pulling those towards the front. I would think he's probably going to kind of go all in on attacking with
An Infect creature?
Blighted Agent.
Yeah.
He knows that Inkmoth is going to have a tough time getting there because of all the land destruction effects. He knows that the ground is going to be kind of covered by creatures. So Blighted Agent truly going to be his main avenue of victory here.
You got him. It's there for you, say.
Yosei.
You say?
You say Yosei.
Say what?
Aw, no, it's not really for...
No, it is there for 3 Path to Exiles.
It is
That
for
is what it's
Path
there
to
for.
Exile.
It's something that Tom
Stop
Ross
confusing
has been,
people.
Leaning toward, actually. He was running some sideboard, but Ian has moved him to the main. Mainly because this meta is either super slow control decks
Or a bunch
or
of aggro creature decks.
a lot of little tiny creatures running at your face.
Yep. It's a good way to remove whatever is in your way.
Yep. So what have you liked from the unbannings, Bryce?
I love Ancestral Vision. I think
Blue players.
I think it's pretty clear that Ancestral Vision is great.
Mm-hmm.
Draws 3 cards. What else is there to like about
I
it?
think it's good in decks that it's meant to be in.
It's
there
good
are
in control
decks that
decks.
it's not good in.
Oh yeah, no.
Do not play Ancestral Vision in your Delver decks, people.
Do not play it in your Thopter Sword based
Tezzeret
decks.
decks, no.
Don't do that. Worley, stop leading people astray in the chat, please. I'd appreciate it. Thank you. Yes, Stoneforge Mystic is banned, Todd. It is, in fact, banned in Modern. I don't believe that we have this mono white list.
But we can try and ask him and see if we can get it for
we
you.
can definitely see if we can get this for you again.
Sometimes you gotta have mono white in your life.
Alright, so both players taking a mulligan here.
Both down to 6. I mean, it does feel better when you mulligan and your opponent does too.
Oh yeah. And it's one of those things, taking a mulligan in the current state of Magic, where you have a scry, taking one mulligan doesn't feel nearly as bad anymore. Now going to 5, both players being on the draw, you're feeling pretty good.
I mean, as long as both people mulligan down to the same amount, it's not...
It's pretty even.
Yeah. White can be used for Apostle's Blessing. You are
That
correct.
is true. He can pay for his Apostle's Blessing. Swiper, I think you forgot your Kappa there. I don't think it mulligans very well.
It mulligans like any other combo deck does, where you just lose pieces each time.
Mm-hmm. I mean, unless I'm completely wrong. Played Infect very few times, but it doesn't seem like a deck that would mulligan well. Alright, 5 cards for both players.
On the left, you have no white mana, but 2
On
lands.
the right, you have no creatures, but a
Good.
forest.
Going to 4. Is he rocking it?
Infect is not a control deck. It is a combo deck. The trolls in chat tonight are real.
It's true. Don't feed him, people. I'm not saying you shouldn't mulligan aggressively to get the pieces you need. I'm just saying that going down to 4 in an Infect deck is not good.
Well, looks like Ian is going to keep his 4. Gonna scry.
Where's Dora when you need him? I think Dustin kept this on the turn 1 Mutavault, turn 2 land to start swinging with the Mutavault.
Yep. But it looks like Ian has a turn 1 Glistener Elf on his Mold of 4. That's pretty good.
I mean, but you can be pretty sure he doesn't have a lot of action after that.
I believe he has a Groundswell in his hand as well as a Path tags out.
Up, Aether Vial. That's
Aether
not
Vial
bad.
comes
It'll make
down,
up for the
and-
lack of white eventually.
Hopefully. At some point.
Use the big dice.
He's using something to
Yeah.
mark the top of his deck, but if he doesn't use the large dice, we will definitely say something. Six doesn't matter, and 5 is usually sell off. Well, okay, sounds good. Hit you for 1, get you for a poison. Ask him to use the large dice, please.
Can you use the bigger dice just so we can see it on the screen?
Perfect.
There we go.
Alright, and a spell Skype.
That is very good against Infect.
Looks like Ian does not have one of his copies of Twisted Image to
Nope.
deal with that.
Which they've kind of been leaning away from with the twin going away.
Hey, Swiper, no problem. Again, like I said, I don't play Infect all that often. I've played it very few times, so any insight is great. Yeah, blocks with his spell Skype.
Hey, drew a planes.
Did draw a plane, so he can cast his Blade Splicer this turn
And keep up the vial for...
and keep up Vial for a 2-drop. I think you're pretty safe. I don't think Infect is going to be banned anytime soon.
Mm-hmm.
But I would have said that about Twin before they banned it, so.
I don't think Infect is getting banned. It's not that much of the meta.
It's picking up.
I would not say zero danger, but
Well, Ian's Mold of 4 is not helping him out here. With a Path in hand, do you think it would have been safer for him to have fetched for a Temple Garden on the first turn? I know that blue is your other main color, but having Path as a removal spell on your Mold of 4 to be able to clear the way.
fetching for the Temple Garden turn 1 might have changed how Dustin played out his hand. Seeing the white. But
Maybe.
now he's in trouble because he's got a...
Vryn Wingmare is out there.
Yeah.
Again, I don't think Inkmoth Nexus will get banned, but if it does, so be it.
Blade Splicer.
Well, there's an Inkmoth, so that means he can play that and cast his Blighted Agent. So that's pretty good.
Mm-hmm. But he's got a lot of stuff coming against him.
Well, looks like Ian just passed the turn, and a Brimaz King of
Oof.
Ereskos comes down. That one hurts.
I don't know
According to
if
MC
you-
Goldfish, Infect is the highest percentage of the meta. Interesting.
Hmm. We just gotta swing with the team here.
Send in everybody. What town is Geek Fortress in? We are in Washington. We are in Snohomish, Washington. It is
About 20 minutes north of Seattle.
It's more than that.
Take high five north.
It's like an hour north.
It's not an hour north. It's 20 minutes if you take
Half an
I-5
hour.
to Everett and cut across.
Half an hour to an hour.
We'll say half an hour if traffic's there, which it is on I-5. But if you're in the area, come play with us. We're always love having new people here. Also, you get on the stream,
Absolutely.
be judged by 100 people on the internet.
So here's an attack for a lot of damage. Interestingly enough, the Mutavault has first strike,
It does.
as it is a golem. Brimaz does have vigilance. He fixed it. So Canada, no.
Not Canada. It takes like 3 hours to drive from Seattle to Canada. I know, because last time I drove up there for a GP, I had to drive up to Canada, then back down to here, and then back up in the same day. Because someone got to the border and said, oh, I have to have a passport.
All right. Looks like Ian has had enough. We are on to game 3. Oh, I should get rid of that poison counter there. Boom. Got it. All right. So,
So that showed sort of the resilience of the Death and Taxes deck. Just a couple pieces, and it can
and it's able to kind of hum along,
limp
right?
its way to victory.
Ian changing some stuff from the sideboard here. Not sure what he's changing, but making some change. Obviously saw something that he doesn't want to see. Alright, so going into game 3, Infect on the play. You like Infect to take this one down,
Yep.
I think?
Infect on the play.
Pretty tough to take on.
Yeah.
Alright, looks like we've gained some viewers here. Welcome anybody who is just joining us. I am Bryce.
And I'm Eric.
And we are streaming from Geek Fortress here in Snohomish, Washington. We stream 3 times a week. Wednesday at 7 p.m. Pacific, we do Modern. Friday at 7:30, we do Legacy. And Saturday, as you are watching right now, starting at 6 o'clock, we do Modern.
We
So
do.
swing on in, check out the stream, say hi in chat. We'd
You
love
could
talking
follow
to you
us
guys.
if you wanted. We would appreciate a
Yeah,
follow.
hit the follow button. It's actually like right over there. It's like kitty corner to me.
Sure.
It's right there.
You're pointing at a computer that's over there.
I know. I'm showing you.
It's over there, guys. Point that. Click that button.
No, don't click that button. Click that button. Over there. It looks like a heart. It's nice. You guys know how Canada got their
Oh, we
name,
do.
right? Oh,
Trust me.
Canada. We tell that to Ian all the time. He's actually
Ian is
Canadian.
actually Canadian, so that joke goes a long way with him.
He loves it.
Sure.
His
Love.
favorite joke in the world.
He's been here for a while, but every now and then he'll bust out with a boat, and it's like, ha!
Or he'll say a in like the middle of a sentence somewhere.
It is the same thing, basically, but he called it Monoway Hate Bears, so I figured I'd give him
We'll give him the
the
benefit
name
of the
that
doubt.
he wanted. It's a little different. It's got Restoration Angel in it.
And he's playing Mutavault.
He
which
is.
Doesn't normally get
Slightly
played.
different. It's a 2/2.
It's a 2/2 that gains your golem bonuses from your blade splicers.
It does.
It also cannot be flickered by Restoration Angel.
That's true. It's an angel.
Yours has a line through it. Oh no, that means you already follow us. Thanks, Wardley. And hello to Elspeth Knight Errant. I didn't see that was you who said it. Good to see you. Welcome back.
He was pointing, like, I'm just pointing at the screen there. See? That's because we have monitors in front of us.
Pointing
and
to
over
our
there
right is that way.
Stage right or our right? Like,
And I believe it's down there. TJ is not playing. It is his birthday yesterday, and so he's celebrating it today as well. He's taking a full weekend to not be hampered by other things. So you're stuck with us. Sorry.
immersed in alcohol. Yep. He's
That-
probably just swimming in a vat of booze somewhere.
That was dinner. He's just swimming in a beer keg or something.
In an alcohol. Yep.
In an alcohol. Just one alcohol.
Just one alcohol. He's swimming in it. That's how big that alcohol is, though.
All right.
Isn't that how false works?
Looks like Ian taking another mulligan
Ugh.
here.
So 6 isn't bad, but below that, it's not a positive thing.
How much is an alcohol?
7.
It depends on the. 7,
Yes.
maybe 8. Depends.
Infect is very good in Legacy.
Infect is good in Legacy.
Look
Absolutely.
up Tom Ross's lists. They're amazing.
Tom Ross is a madman.
Tom the Boss Ross.
All right. Well, there's 5 and no
Oof.
lands. We are going to 4. This looks like the end
So
to
I
our
think I'm going to
Infect
swing
playing
back
Canadian.
to Hate Bears probably is going to win this one.
You can't change your mind just because he's mulling to 4. That's not how this works.
I'm not saying this isn't Death and Taxes. I'm saying he called it something else before I even saw the deck, so I went with it, and we're not changing it because it is slightly different than your standard Death and Taxes.
This poor Canadian.
He'll probably apologize.
I'm so sorry about this. Can't believe I'm mulliganed into oblivion, eh?
To any of you in Canada or from Canada,
Sorry.
I do like people from Canada.
I do too.
I've
Canada's
been up
great.
there multiple times. Very good food. Up in Vancouver, at least.
You let us have lots of money.
That's true. I feel very rich.
Technically, that's not incorrect. Good game time. Well, there is an Inkmoth Nexus and a Pendelhaven. So, getting in there for one poison is Ian.
He's got this. 10 turns.
Well, he needs to draw another land, and then he can just Pendelhaven his Inkmoth Nexus. And then it's half that.
Black-white tokens is a deck.
Absolutely Black-White Tokens is his deck.
Was a deck before. I've lost to it. Probably
Well,
will continue to be a
there's
deck
the spell
with
sky.
Eldrazi Gun.
Well, alright. We could see Pendelhaven be something that gets Ian
We're
through
in
this
business
game.
now. Both.
Bitter Blossoms or Raise the Alarms? Yes, both. Typically, Bitter Blossom is the main one. Raise the Alarm sees some play. Alright. Inkmoth online. Make it a 2-3. Hit you. Go. That's a 0-4, so you cannot steal it with your spell guide. Hooray! Pendelhaven.
How does Pendelhaven read?
Pendelhaven. Let's bring it up. How about that? Pendelhaven. Boop. Alright, so Pendelhaven. Taps to add green to your mana pool, or you can tap to target 1/1 creature. Gets +1/+2 until end of turn.
So technically you can activate a Spellskite at it.
Yes,
It
of
just
course
will
you
not
can.
take it. You can activate a Spellskite at anything.
It just won't steal it.
You can
But
activate
neither
it
will
at
an
a
Arbiter.
fetch. With the trigger on the stack, you can activate it at the fetch.
However, Ian's gonna play this breeding pool and walk right into the Tectonic Edge that is in Dustin's hand. Up to 5 poison. Yep, here comes
Yep.
Tech Edge.
Inkmoth, gone.
I'm going to kill your Inkmoth Nexus, please. I do not like it, Sam I am.
Now, if you turned it into a creature and then Vines'd it, could he not kill it?
No. Well, yes. It would not be targeted anymore, because it would have hexproof. Or
Boom. That's how you get around Tectonic Edge.
Alright, Ian has approximately 2 turns to get this game taken care of. Looks like he's got 2 Spell Pierces and 2 Might of Old Crosses in his hand.
Mm-hmm.
This is not looking good for our
He
Canadian
needs to draw something to win with.
friend. Yeah, there is a Spellskite, so it's really not very easy for him to...
He could
take
make
it
the
down.
Spellskite really good.
And there's a Bat's Exile. This game is not looking good for Ian. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Down to 1 goes Ian.
Uno.
See, now if Dustin had an Inquisitor Exarch here, draw... Ian's got a full house.
It's true. There's
Lay
the
your hand down, full house.
There we go. That does beat a straight usually, so.
It's true. Alright, so that one done. And we
Let's go see if I can find us another
are going to
match
find
here.
us another match while I get this ready to go back to the booth, because there's
Perfect.
so much typing. So many things to change on this lovely thing. But anyway, thank you guys for joining us. We really appreciate it. Hopefully you're enjoying some lovely modern action, seeing as, you know, been watching. So we are in round 3, so we will have a couple more. I'm going to bring it back to the booth and be right back.
And
All
I'm
right.
here.
Did we get another one?
No, everyone's in the middle of games.
Alright, so people are in the middle of games. Anyway,
Good talk, everybody. All right.
yeah. So, as far as any more matches tonight, we definitely will have more matches. We're going to try to get another one here for this round. If not, we still have round 4 to go. So,
I don't know if anyone's out there playing Thopters.
I don't think there are any Thopters.
So we have one more round tonight, which hopefully we can get one more this round, depending on how fast people play and such. And then we'll have round 4.
Yeah, absolutely. So, how about this? We haven't done this. We haven't done this yet today.
Oh, Lord.
Let's play a game with 6 words. Go ahead and give us a question with Geek Fortress and 6 words, and then ask us your question, and we will try
Attempt
to
to
get
answer
you
it in 6 words.
E-
Poorly.
Exactly, and then we'll elaborate because 6 words is never enough to actually answer a question.
Because we'll give you the short version, and then we'll
And
explain,
then we'll explain
why.
it. Any fun jank decks tonight? I don't know.
I haven't really seen any
Not
jank
sure what you
decks.
would
There's
call
a lot
jank.
of like tier 2 and 3, but not really.
Nahiri and Kiki Cord, definitely. Jeff Hoogland has been playing 3 of them recently when he's streaming, so it looks good. 6 words, best Thopter show.
Tezzeret, Agent of Bolus. He's awesome.
Tezzeret with Ensnaring Bridge means wins. Yeah, Tezzeret is probably the best one. Actually,
I might have a deck list I'm working on.
I think I'm going to change my answer.
Nope,
Blue-White
you can't change it,
Thopter
too late.
Gifts because Jerry
Jerry.
Thompson. Changed my mind. 6 words, Geek Fortress, why shouldn't we riot? Because I don't want you to.
That would be mean of you.
Yeah. 6 words, what is your favorite unconventional deck?
I don't know what you consider unconventional. I don't know what is unconventional.
Same.
If you describe more what you consider
6 words,
unconventional, I'd be
Nature's
happy.
Claim versus Natural State. Depends on deck, Nature's Claim usually.
Yes.
6 words, Gitrog and Modern. Maybe in a lone deck someday?
Same. I'm just gonna ditto these because there's not really much more to
6
say. than
words,
that.
Scape Shift versus Boggles.
Oof.
Bogles. I corrected myself.
That's a race that Boggles wins.
Bogles has Leyline in the board. Makes it tough to win. Unconventional, I would say, is something you don't usually see, like Triskaidekaphobia or Bombardment. Jun Triskaidekaphobia, because David Bradbury rocks.
Ditto.
You have to try! It's
What
not-
Bryce said, because that's true.
Fine. Whatever. 6 words. Keep or sell Chandra. Keep. She is great in Modern.
Bryce is right. What he said.
You are a cheater.
Hey,
Pumpkin eater.
I host with TJ. So does he. We're
6
normal
words. Where are
hosts.
the normal hosts? That's
TJ is out drinking and partying.
because it's his birthday weekend, yo. Double 6 words.
So now you get us.
Yeah, you're stuck with us.
Sorry.
Forever.
I'm going to see if there's another match.
Forever.
Bryce, you keep...
I'll try to keep the people company. Or maybe cord. Terrible puns. I mean, what can I say? Birthday is one word, but I wanted to make it more. Because technically birth and day are separate words, so maybe we were just saying birth, day as separate things. You never know. Alrighty. What do we got? 6 words, go find a scape shift match, please. Probably not. I don't think... It's here. I'm taking a page out of the TJ book. I'm going to make up some words. Alright. What we got? Nothing?
Big surprise to everyone. Eggs is going to time.
What?
I know.
How
Sorry.
are they going to time? There's only 15. There's still 15.
They're still in game 1.
Oh, they're still in game 1. Really?
He's in the middle of
We're not getting X on
trying
camera.
to, you know.
Don't even ask. I won't commentate for it. I won't do it. I don't think Scape Shift is out there.
There is no scape shift for you.
I already did that.
Sorry.
You, feel free to riot. There's no Scape Shift.
Ditto. Eggs
Stop
on
it.
camera, and Bryce leaves the room in disgust. That is what would happen there.
I think we both would leave. No eggs.
Taking turns is not here.
I don't think Wargate is here either.
There's none of the brews are here tonight. It's a bunch of like control decks. We're not.
Don't panic basket me. We didn't shut
We're
down.
still up.
I think they're rioting.
Uh,
I told them feel free to riot. You find Escape versus Thought, or we burn it all down. If you want to come out here, don't burn it down, please. That would be mean.
Dylan would be sad.
Escape Shifters, Thopters versus Eggs.
A 3-way match of Scape Shift versus Thopters versus Eggs.
Stream is up, Doro.
Doro, welcome in.
Yes.
Thankfully,
Thankfully, a mod shows up.
now the panic ensues.
Settle the trolls.
The stream is up.
Rein them in. Well, if he can't see that it's up, he can't hear us telling him it's up.
That's true. Doro, can you hear us? You want to see Lantern versus Eggs?
I don't
You
think there's
sadist.
Lantern here.
Lantern is not here. You sadist.
Oh my gosh. All these people
See?
with
This
the
is
panic
what
baskets.
happens when they, get all uppity on the internet.
TJ leaves for one day, guys. One day.
And we burn the stream down.
Apparently.
That's what we do.
What is there?
Control decks.
White decks,
There's
control decks.
Zoo's I saw Zoo. Zoo is playing against Eggs, and the look on his face was hilarious. The whole, if you ever played
Are you
against
done
Eggs,
yet?
you understand. Because their turns take forever, and you're that guy, land, attack, go.
Riot or riot? I choose or.
Mm-hmm.
Or? I do not work in or.
I don't think it's so bad that it comes back to good. I think it's that.
I think it's just
I think
bad.
it's on the bad end of the loop.
See, when you're watching Lantern versus Eggs, there's no good on that circle. It's just all bad. Dredgevine tonight?
Dredgevine is not here. Zach, I think is the guy who usually plays it. I think that's his name. He is not here tonight. Blue deck. I will attempt to find you a blue deck because I am a fan of blue decks.
Blue decks are great.
Deal?
I'd be happy to see a blue deck.
Dead air. All right.
Yeah.
So if you guys have any
I
questions,
don't know about that.
comments, concerns, feedback, just want to tell us how we're doing,
tell us words of things. Scapeshift is a blue
It
deck.
is a blue deck.
Depends on the
Depends
Scapeshift.
on the build. And if Scapeshift's not out there, I will not be able to get it on stream.
And it's not out there.
Control, it's all I ever
Hey,
wanted. I will
there you
attempt to
go.
find you a blue
Get
control
us a
deck.
control deck for
I mean, I grabbed Michael and he wasn't playing his control deck.
wasn't
and I was
playing
sad.
control. What do you
Ancestral
think the best
Vision?
shell for Ancestral
Blue
Vision?
Moon!
I like Jeskai.
Blue Moon with Keranos to draw 5 cards. I've seen it. It happened on stream. David
Is a
Bradbury
deck blue
borrowed
if
my-
it runs one of Reflector Mage and Keranos. I mean, technically it has blue. Is there any chance we have Nightfall here tonight? I don't think
I
Jason is
didn't
here.
see Nightfall. Jason's not here.
A blue
Favorite
one.
art on Magic card. 6 words.
Ooh. Gift of Orzhova. It's very pretty.
Fine. I'll pick a different one, Bryce, because that was mine. Foil Gift of Orzhova. It's cooler.
Where my affinity? I don't think there's an affinity deck here.
I did not see any robots out there.
We have a different
It's a
crowd
weird
than usual.
group tonight.
Mostly because of SCG States.
SCG States is happening right now.
Is bombardment there? Joe is not here.
Joe is here. He's not in the tournament. He's
Oh.
out there playing Magic with
Other people.
Commander, I believe.
Ah, got it. Well, yeah. Joe's not playing.
All right, I want to go see if...
Eric, you suck at 6 words.
Yes, I do. You are right.
He did it in 6 words.
Ditto.
At least Bryce tries.
I will not deny I am bad at 6 words. I've been told by the chat and TJ that I need to work on it, and
It's something he's trying to work on
not that hard,
for
though.
you guys.
I go home every night and I think of things to do in 6 words. It's not true.
Six words, favorite EDH commander. Pia and Kieran Nalaar. Because reasons.
Progenitus, 5-color good stuff, is awesome. I did good stuff as 1. But
That was
7.
7 words, Eric.
nailed it!
But yeah, Pia and Kieran Nalaar. Always sweet. Can we please get eggs on stream while we wait for it to finish up?
I mean, I'm not making a move in the middle of trying to resolve a combo.
Oh,
They're yelling
sounds
for
like they
matches.
may have. Sounds like it may have finished. How do you build mom and pop in EDH? Well, let me tell you about it. It's actually essentially a mono red control deck that uses artifacts, and then it uses Pia and Kieran Nalaar along with Nim Deathmantle and Ashnod's Altar to make infinite mana. And then you just pay red and you fireball everybody out. That's always fun. You can also have a Perforos on the battlefield while you're doing that. And you just kill everyone that way. Goblin Bombardment lets you do it because you make infinite mana and then make infinite tokens and throw them at people's faces. It's pretty sweet. It also gets to play Zealous Conscripts plus Kiki Jiki or Splinter Twin for an infinite win combo that way. Or you get to do the Fun Twin win, which is where you have a creature on board and then you cast Twin Flame targeting that creature, and then in response to the Twin Flame, you dual caster mage, and you just make infinite dual caster mages. Because that one's the cool way to do it. He and Kieran Nalaar. Great commander deck. 6 words, thoughts on Infinite Clues with Memnite.
Alright, we're putting the finals up.
Doing the finals, what do we got?
Aaron versus Dustin. So, Dark Safari versus Death in Texas.
I thought we were getting a blue deck, Eric.
Dark Safari is blue, Bryce.
It's not really.
There's like one blue deck out there.
So
Aaron's
who
on the
is-
wall.
Aaron's on the wall.
It's the bluest deck I could find out there. No one's playing blue tonight, which means that if I had played, I would just run the tables and make them all cry. At least in my head.
And then Dustin Parks on. We're just gonna call it Death and Taxes this time. All right, so
Dark Safari is a blue deck. It's got Snapcaster, Serum Visions, Remands.
there we go.
That's the bluest we got.
So we're gonna head on down for the finals, round 4. Here we go.
Alrighty.
All right.
There ain't no picnic.
All right. Everything's updated. Round 4 of 4. We are in the finals.
Alright, so Dark Safari versus Death and Taxes. So we've seen these decks already, and this is the finals. So who do you think's got this one?
I think Dark Safari, again, like in the earlier match with Death and Taxes, should have it pretty easily as long as he's able to land Dungrove Elder and attack.
Explain Dark Safari,
So,
Bryce.
again, I will explain Dark Safari. So Dark Safari is a 4-color aggro deck that uses Dungrove Elder as its main beater, suiting it up with a Rancor typically to be able to trample in for lots of damage. All the lands that produce mana, I believe, are forests, so making Dungrove Elder nice and big. Noble Hierarch is able to assist with that as well. It plays Abrupt Decays, Serum Visions, just all kinds of cool stuff. So yeah, the answer to the millions of Dualcaster mages, Twin Flame. You have to have a creature in play when you do it, but you target it with Twin Flame, and then in response to your own Twin Flame, you Dualcaster Mage, and you make infinite Dualcaster Mages. It's great. Feels good. Feels good.
He's telling you all the Wombo EDH combos over here.
Oh yeah.
This is why people don't play EDH with him.
People don't like to die to infinite combos for some reason.
Fetch Shock. Serum Visions?
Or Hierarch. I do not have a PN Current list on Tapped Out. If you follow me on Twitter, I will post my current PN Current list there this evening. How about that?
Is that a Judge's Familiar?
That is a Judge's Familiar.
Ah, I love this deck. I don't care.
Eric's on board.
Do it. Yes.
Here's the Judge's Familiar. Did you have an instant or sorcery you wanted to cast this turn?
It's going to be a turn later.
I would guess we might see a Dungrove Elder this turn.
Maybe. We'll see.
Favorite EDH combo: Laboratory Maniac, Hammerhead's Archive, and Windfall. Sounds sweet.
Mine is the Malira combo using a Zamet Guildmage and a Cartel Aristocrat along with your Murderous Redcap.
Because it's 10 mana.
10 mana, 5 color combo in my Progenitus deck.
Favorite EDH combo: Opponent Sadness.
Actually, my favorite combo is a turn 3 Progenitus to kill my opponent.
Karmic Guide plus Rebel Arc is pretty sweet. Malira Woodfall Primus. That's just gross, though. People don't like land destruction.
So he's going to fetch up the...
Going to get a Murmuring Bosk.
Does he have...
Revealing
He does.
Dungrove Elder,
Oh,
and
look.
I assume we're going to see Dungrove Elder enter the battlefield this turn.
Why would you say that?
Because it looks like he's going to cast it.
These are cards that
We
if you
got a
do not
reader.
know this deck, you do not know. Do you want to pull up Murmuring Bosk? Just so that
Absolutely,
the folks at home can see what
I
it
would
does.
love to. Murmuring Bosk. And we're going to
Change it to the real one.
that one.
There we go.
Boom! Murmuring Bosk. So it is a forest.
It's a Tree Folk Forest.
When it enters battlefield, you get to reveal. You may reveal a Tree Folk from your hand. If you don't, it comes to play tapped, and you can tap for a white or black mana, but then it's a pain land.
Yep.
2-time Pro Tour champion, Judge's Familiar. Yeah, it is won the Pro Tour twice.
Yeah, that's what. And people are like, it's a bad card. Like, no, it's not. It's
In the
just
hands of
no good place for it to be.
Craig Wesco and Jeremy Desani.
I have to sit next to a frickin' encyclopedia of knowledge that's only useful for very few things.
Hey, you have the same issue, sir.
Thank you for canceling the riot for the Judge's Familiar.
Yay!
He'll just sacrifice himself to counter it anyway.
I sacrificed many a Judge's Familiar to counter people's supreme verdicts.
Yep, it worked so well, probably.
Counter it. They kind of look at you and they're like, still, yeah, they still die.
Yeah, it's gonna die
You
anyway.
got it.
Might as well go out looking hilarious.
Might as well do this in style. Ooh, an attack for 1.
There
Judge's
you
Familiar
go.
getting frisky.
Poke him! That's how we do. Does Aaron have the third land?
Indeed, Elspeth Knight Errant. Craig Wesco did win a Pro Tour with small white creatures.
I hear Craig Wesco's decent with small white creatures.
This. Did you see? He was so happy for this Pro Tour, getting to play mono white humans. He was so happy.
It's
And he did pretty well. I think he won 11-15. So, did pretty well for himself. Phantasmal Image is a copy of Dungrove Elder.
Would you do that, or would you do a copy of the Hierarch to get the double Exalted trigger in one
Copy
mana?
Dungrove Elder.
Clearly don't play this game like I do.
Because then it has hexproof still. Dungrove Elder has hexproof, which is
I
great.
know.
Oh, you can see us, Doro? Hi, Doro. I believe Wesco did sack a familiar in response to a verdict because
Because
just
why not?
that's what you're supposed to do. It is the correct play.
It's gonna
Make your
die.
opponent think.
Mind games. That's what happens. It's like the old pen trick. Go to combat, grab the pen, attack, put the pen down. Responses?
things.
Ha 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 ha.
New computer doesn't want to stream Twitch. Oh no, Doro. How are you supposed to?
You tell that
how are you supposed
computer
to
who's
watch?
boss.
Alright, so looks like he's gonna get frisky with the Judge's Familiar again. Down to 14.
Ah, there we
And-
go.
And a Brimaz King of Ereskos.
Come at me, bro.
Alright. Does Aaron draw a land here? Can't tell.
Looking a little light on him.
Riot back on. No, please. Don't do it.
Dora, the chat is attempting to riot. Please quell this.
They've been rioting for far too long. Alright, well. New one runs Windows 10. It's not liking it. Okay. Well, this turn, Dustin can cast several things. He has
Cast
lots of-
something,
he has
keep up
lots
the
of
Sarah
stuff.
Avenger with the vial.
With the vial, you can do that. Yeah.
Because, you know, surprise Sarah Avenger is always good against a bunch
A
of
random
3/3s.
2-mana 3/3 flyer. Alright, here's an attack. Coming in for 5. Gonna block the
The cat.
cat token. Gonna take 4. Down to 10 goes Aaron. Alright.
If he doesn't get a land this turn, he's in a pretty bad shape because this Avenger is going to come down and start just taking chunks out.
Yeah, he definitely needs to. Modern has actually run pretty quickly
Yeah,
tonight.
we've been ahead of schedule for every
We only
inning.
have 4 rounds, and we started at 6 as per usual on Saturday. So,
Yes, 3 rounds has taken 2 hours and 39 minutes.
yeah, it's been quick. We have a lot of aggressive decks tonight, not many control decks. So,
I tried to find a blue deck, and this is the bluest deck I found.
hey, look at that land.
That's true, except eggs. Eggs is out there, but
Eggs is there. What is the full art card? That is a
Dungrove
Dungrove
Elder.
Elder.
I know people aren't playing the one true color.
So that is a Dungrove Elder. What is the white non-basic land? That is an Iganjo Castle. I'll bring that up here in a moment as well.
It prevents damage to legendary creatures. And in a deck that plays, you know, legendary creatures, seems decent.
Boom.
Nice
Maelstrom
lightning
Pulse
bolt.
takes out the Aether Vial. That is an interesting use for it.
Swing for
Aaron
4.
going to attack for 4 with Dungrove Elder. Block. Order the Brimaz first.
Prevent the next 2 damage to Brimaz, is what
Yep.
he just did.
Yep.
Brimaz is living.
That was, unfortunately... How did the cat die?
I assume he did the cat
Did he order
first.
the cat first? That's a question that needs to be asked.
Hey, Aaron, what was the blocking order for that?
It was the cat token because he actually.
Okay, cat token.
Okay.
Okay.
Just wanted to double check.
Yes, cat token with Geist is very good. Or not cat. The castle, not cat token. Sorry.
We will definitely try to make sure we get Aaron's newest list of Dark Safari and get that posted for you guys. That is on the list. We also have people asking for, I think, Dustin's list, right?
Yep.
So
we'll try and get both.
we'll try to get
lists.
both of these lists for you guys, and make TJ put them in a tapped out because
No, we'll make TJ make people type them in for him. Because he
TJ
has typing minions apparently these days.
oh, does he now?
Yeah. It's
Lovely.
kind of a big deal.
Well, we will try to get his list for you guys. Lots of damage coming across. Aaron goes down to 2.
Now, why didn't he swing? Oh, he did swing at this area. Okay. It has
Yep,
vigilance.
it has vigilance.
I'm crazy, folks.
Has frying and vigilance.
Frying?
Frying and vigilance.
But does it
Sorry.
have reach?
We're not on reach again. Stop this. Eggs list? Maybe. I don't
The
know.
eggs list probably has a bunch of eggs.
Path to exile. Look through your top 4 for a basic. You got it?
It's exiled. It's exiled.
It should be exiled, yes.
I mean, Aaron, I believe, is
Hold
about to
on.
scoop it up here.
Yeah, I know. I said mean things in a mean way. They don't go on bottom. They shuffle. It's still a search effect, so you still shuffle. Yep. Okay, they got it.
Also, the hierarchy is exiled.
Got it. Reaches. Stop.
Dora,
with
you
the
missed the whole
You missed
conversation
the
earlier.
reach terribleness that people were mean to me about, and I was sad. And Ghost Quarter gonna take out Murmuring Bosk.
He can search for the
Would
top
you like
4.
to look through your top 4 for another basic
I mean,
land,
you
sir?
might as well. Oof. Nope. All right.
All
Death and
right.
taxes.
Well then.
Takes game 1.
Aaron, stumbling on mana, made it so that game was not really anywhere close. No need to make fun of Reach. It's a well-known term.
It's a planet
in
from
Magic
Halo
Tournament.
universe.
I don't deserve any of this. I really don't.
Mm-hmm.
Which deck is bad? You can't just say that deck. There are
There's-
2 on screen.
There are.
That is not descriptive enough.
And just empirically, they're both in the finals currently. So,
So, yeah,
neither one
they're
is
both currently 3-0.
awful.
Obviously good enough to take down a local tournament. I'm sorry. I said one thing.
Did you say reach?
No. I was doing like bad, like stereotypical evil Chinese accent.
Ah.
I
So he was
I was
racist.
being a bad person. I'm sorry.
Ah.
Yay or nay on Grishelbrand?
I love Grishelbrand.
I don't know.
We don't have it here.
It's
but
not here.
It's a good. I like the deck. Is that what you were asking? Do I like the deck?
We have. I don't think the deck won the
We
tournament.
did. It was
here.
a Pro Tour back in like the late '90s with Flash and. So you flash in the Protean Hulk.
Most
and then you go
definitely
get
was
things.
not a Pro Tour in the mid '90s that happened, Eric.
No, it was the early 2000s because it was Darksteel was out. So you got your Vault guy.
Protean Hulk was printed in Ravnica
Fine.
or
Jerk
Dissension, which means that it wasn't printed.
Fine. Okay.
In the
so
early
Protean
90s,
Hulk
Eric.
won a Pro Tour in the mid 2000s when Dissension
And it wasn't a
was
Pro
out.
Tour. Flash Hulk was a deck that won a Grand Prix, and it dominated the Grand Prix. And then
Because
they
it was a
banned it.
hilarious deck. Like, I tried to put it together just for fun.
And then they banned it.
Finding flashes is not the easiest.
What
thing.
am I looking at? You're looking at Magic from Geek Fortress in Snohomish, Washington.
You are. You're looking at the finals of our Saturday
Saturday
Modern.
Night Modern.
Deep Easy McNerd, I haven't seen you in here before, so hello. Welcome to the stream.
Welcome.
By the way, I'm Eric.
And I'm Bryce.
And as he said, we are in Snohomish, Washington,
Streaming from Geek Fortress.
north of Seattle. If you're in the area, come say hello.
Please. We love meeting you guys.
See, I said mid-2000s. 2007 is mid-2000s.
That's late 2000s, Eric.
Your face is late 2000s.
Thank you.
Nailed it!
What am I looking at? Maybe it's cat pictures. Who knows? It could even be a boat.
It's true. This is modern.
This is modern, and in fact it is. What would win in a fight? Cobblade or Mirrodin Affinity? Mirrodin Affinity.
Yeah. It's just too fast.
Skull Clamp is gross.
Cobblade is the better deck, in my opinion, though.
Cobblade is the... It's a control deck, of course we call it the better deck. Also plays Jason Mind Sculptor. But it's way too slow.
See, with the boat, you get a boat. But with the mystery box, it could be anything.
It could even be a boat.
Could even be a boat.
But with the boat, you get the boat, Eric.
But it could be anything.
Even a boat. But yes, my vote would be for Mirrodin Affinity. It was fast and vicious. And killed you very quickly.
Angry.
And Skull Clamp is just gross. Alright, Aaron going to fetch and shock. It seems to be a common theme for his deck. I don't know how he beats Burn.
Don't play it.
Dodge Burn?
Yep.
I don't see that happening ever.
Best plan to beat Burn. Don't play against it.
For Divisi McNerd, I believe that Doro is one of our main proponents of Grishel brand. Gristle Cannon Enraged is what he calls it, so check it out. He has some sweet versions of decks, so.
Plus, he's an awesome mod.
Cobblade was a real deck. Mirrodin Infinity is just a mindless, aggressive deck. I don't know if I'd call it mindless.
It won a lot.
You had to like count a lot.
You're playing a
lot of
math
counting.
game. Let's all be fair. Magic is a math game.
What's
Much as-
math?
Exactly.
Mathis? Alright, here's a turn 2 Aether File from Dustin.
Ugh. And then sit back with the one white. Probably for a
Sitting
path.
on a path.
Problem is, Dungar Beller doesn't care if you have a path.
Combo deck's fine. Combo deck's a fight through hand attack. Well, makes you sad. I guess that's fair. Grishel brand will typically win.
So you're
against
saying you
hand
don't
attack.
like Reanimator and Legacy? Like when my opponent played a Chains of Mistopheles against my Reanimator deck.
Alright, so we'll see if Aaron's got any action this turn. He didn't have anything on turn 3, which typically, with the Noble Hierarchy, he's able to cast
Should
Dungar
cast
Elder on
Dungar
turn
Elder.
2, so.
Or, I mean... see what he's got. A tapped land and a Dungar Elder.
Well, that works. He should be at 16 from his fetch. He is fetched, shocked, and fetched.
Yep. Hey Aaron, you're at 16, right? You fetch, shocked, and then... You should be at 16, right? You fetch, shock, fetch? Just making sure.
Yep. Cool. TJ probably.
Yeah. Alright, so Dustin's got to have some action here, or else this is going to get out of hand. He's got the Aven Mind Sensor, which is not going to do a lot, other than turn off the searching.
Count to 2 bolts. That's true. I've seen him do it. Because what you pay for 2 bolts can also cast a Tibble.
It can.
You can't remember if he drew for the turn now. Do you guys remember?
How many cards are in his
How
hand?
many cards does he have?
He's got 6 in hand.
6 in hand. He was on the draw. 6, 7, 8, 9.
You should draw.
You should draw. Yep. That's the easiest way to figure it out.
There we go. And then it decides beat that storm. I'm talking about crazy guy. Alright, so you think the mind sensor here, or you think something else? Do you flicker wit, or just the Leonin Arbiter?
I think you just cast Leonin Arbiter here, and that way you have Path to Exile if you want to use it. I don't think he has Path. Oh, he does have a Path, okay.
Does Phantasmal Image have a moment where you can target it when it enters the battlefield, or does it enter as a copy of a creature?
It just enters as a copy of a creature.
Okay. Well then, it's less exciting.
Well, here's the Path to Exile for the Leonin Arbiter. That's a little awkward.
In response, path your higher.
Make you pay for it if you want the land. I
Oh,
will
man.
remand your path.
Alright.
So, Arbiter will be pathed, and he may search for a land.
Yep.
Yes, he can search for a land. Yes, he can search
Yes,
for the
you
land.
can search. Also, it's exiled.
Burn isn't really a problem for tokens. I mean, I guess that's fair. You get to side into like a bunch of Tomleys. Make Burn real sad.
Now, if you're gonna run tokens, are you running Pack Rat? Because that was a deck that beat me at one point. It was what's her face
Yep.
at a PTQ.
Yep. I remember that PTQ.
Someone stole one of my islands. Literally. He hit me with a Nightveil Spectre, took my island, and he just never gave it back.
Eric played the rest of the tournament.
And
with
then,
a
like, the
59
final
card deck.
round, I was like, where's that base?
Oh, yeah.
Oops.
Whoopsie daisy.
I didn't win, so.
No. Ooh, Mirren Crusader.
That seems pretty good.
That seems real good.
I think you can block somewhere between all day and forever.
Right in there. Now, does Aaron have a piece of removal for this? That is the real question.
I mean, Dustin has Vial on 2, so he could. Here
Snapcaster
comes the
Path.
Yep.
That'll do it.
Yeah, you need to Vial in that
Snapcaster,
Thalia.
in response, I will Thalia, but then he can just
Yeah, he can
path
still
anyway.
pay
He still
the
has
two.
he has 3 mana.
Yep. In response, Abrupt Decay. The trigger still happens.
Yeah, he still gets to put a thing into play. Okay.
You still get to put something into play because the trigger's still on the stack.
Yes, Dungrove Elder does indeed have hexproof. So now he's not going to be able to path the Mirren Crusader. Which means I really don't think Aaron should have done that.
I just helped him resolve a trigger. I didn't.
Yep.
I do not offer game advice. It's one of those, that is a legal play you can make.
Indeed you may. Indeed you may.
So Snapcaster enters.
You do not rumble with the Elder here.
I mean, you can.
You can. It dies to the double striker and first striker. You get to kill Thalia, I guess, but I might have rumbled there, because then you still get to cast the path on the Mirren Crusader post-combat.
Why would he block?
If he double blocks to kill the Elder, because it's a 5/5 from the Noble Hierarch. And so double striking, 2/1. You kill the Thalia.
Why is he getting in there? Oh, he's going to flicker it. Okay.
Block. Cast
Flicker
this Flicker Wisp. Flicker this guy out. Judge is familiar.
There you go.
I don't believe Dustin's list is on Tapped Out. We are
We're
going
gonna
to
try to
get
get
lists
it.
from both Aaron and Dustin, or we are going to ask them for lists. So we will see what they say. Thank you, Dora.
Let's see. He gets the Tech Edge, which... Does he only have the one white source?
He does, in fact, only have one. Well, he has no
He has a
hierarch.
wire, but you have a path for that. Path
And an Aven
first.
Mind Sensor.
Aven Mind Sensor, Path, Tech Edge, the Temple Garden.
Can't do all that. That costs a total of 6 mana.
Well, poop. I tried, alright?
You can, in fact, however, Leon and Arbiter
Path.
pass, and then cast an Aven Mind Sensor end of turn. Then you have Path and Tech Edge.
So you can do it. You just gotta do it between
please,
turns.
please fetch here, because then you have to pay 2 to look through your top 4 cards.
Ugh. The feels.
There's a Thrun the Last Troll.
Oh boy.
The trolliest of trolls, but that Thrun cannot get through a Dungrove Elder. I mean, a Mirran Crusader.
It cannot.
At all. I will
Block.
block.
Not the owl. No.
I will.
Yay.
Yep, where we
end of
post
turn.
deck list, it is right above you. I see that you saw that with your Nevermind, but there you go. It is the tapped out one. So
Now, if you draw a Flicker Wisp, do you flicker your
did
Flicker Wisp?
Aaron just search his entire deck for that?
You can't search the whole deck.
He did in response to the Aven Mind
Okay,
Sensor, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, I got it. Sorry. He did in response.
Yep, I saw.
We
I
good?
caught that.
We good?
Aaron is dead, and I wasn't keeping up on live totals. My bad.
Come on, Bryce.
I know.
I'm gonna go find us another match.
Find us another match.
Maybe something
Blue
blue,
deck.
if there's blue out there. I don't think there's blue out there, but I will look for blue. Okay? Chat.
Sure. In the meantime, I have to type 1.5 million things. All right, I'm gonna bring it back to the booth here. We're gonna try to get you another thing, another match. So, give us a sec. Boom. All right. So, as you saw there, Dustin able to take down this whole thing with his Death and Taxes mono white hate bears type deck. Getting to play, taking it down 4-0 today. As I said, we're gonna try to get you guys one more round. At least another match, sorry. That's what I mean. Yeah, Death and Taxes. I don't know why I'm cheering. I'm not really a fan personally, but I can understand the appeal. But yeah, best way to self-lose when as a form of conceding. It's always an interesting feeling when you see that you are just dead on board and your opponent doesn't see that they just have you dead, and you're just like,
I have
dead.
another technical blue deck. Infect versus Boggles. Yes!
Okay,
It's
who's
Ian.
sitting where?
They're still moving. And then AJ Lensell.
AJ Lens.
So Ian is against the wall.
Ian is against the wall. As far as what I am currently playing in Modern, I am currently playing Jeskai Control.
Yep, Infect is blue. It plays blue cards.
Said AJ.
AJ, there you go.
And what is he playing? Bogles?
He's playing the slippery Boggles.
Bogles.
Blade Clover Scout.
What game are we getting?
3.
Game 3. Alright. So, heading into a game 3 of Infect versus Bogles. Let's head on down. We've gone through the whole thing without you making any noise in transitions. And then your phone goes off?
I can't control when alarms go off on my phone,
Oh,
okay?
man, Eric.
Sorry.
Come on.
Calm down.
You killing me, Smalls.
Means it's lunchtime.
Means it's lunchtime.
Yep, he does play Spell Pierce. I know he does have it in there. We saw it earlier. So he's got all the blue cards.
He's got a handful of blue cards.
So who do you think's got this one?
I think Infect has a very good shot of winning. You just have to get a flyer
It's
and
just
not
a
have them
race.
have reach.
It's just a
It's
race.
just a race. It's a very uninteractive race.
It's like, are you dead yet?
However,
Oh,
Bogles
crap.
does have the ability to have Path Exile.
I mean, so does...
So does Infect.
Except it does
So
nothing.
it doesn't do anything here, Eric. Yeah, let's go Infect. It's weird to find myself rooting for Infect, but I prefer Infect over Bogles.
I hate them hexproof things. Here we go. So we got, I believe, a land and the
At
pass.
this point, Eric interrupting the transition is tradition.
It's
he didn't
true.
do it to TJ ever.
On purpose. He might be a lands in front guy. Uh-oh.
Oh. Say something. Oh, say something.
Oh.
Oh, no.
There we
they fixed
go.
it.
Someone told him that per Wizards,
You must do it this way.
Blade Cover Scout. What's he going to stick on it? How you know, bro?
Who knows?
Well, he does.
Looks like
Spirit
we are
Mantle?
looking at Spirit Mantle, yeah. No, sorry. Ethereal Armor.
There you go. Well, so
Ethereal
far,
Armor
AJ
comes
is
in.
winning the race.
So far, he is indeed going to be winning the race. He'll be able to cast Spirit Mantle next turn. Unless he draws another white source, in which case he just casts Daybreak Coronet. A second Hierarch for
I think
Ian
they're
here.
blockers. Oh, the higher
Whoa.
beats.
Get in there!
Do it.
Get in there. It's a 2/3 attacking into a 2/2, Eric.
It is.
That was beautiful.
Beats.
Ethereal
Beats
Armor
by
number
Garrick.
2. And 4. That's
5.
2, 4, 5. Down 15. 15
And
all.
the race is on.
Go
At least it'll
Hierarch
be
beat
quick,
down.
right? It'll be
Go
rather
Hierarch beat
swift.
down. Oh my gosh. This is happening, people. This is happening. It's the Hierarch
Lands in
beat
front
down.
is old school. It used to be the way that it was orientated.
There are actual old versions of things to show you how to play the game that had lands in the front and your creatures in the back. So it was originally a way to play the game. But in order to make coverage more accessible to everybody watching, it has been deemed that on coverage it must be done a specific way. So now Ian, unfortunately, only
Pump
on
it.
a
Bump it.
he could vines it if he wants to. Looks like he's just gonna go for 2 here. And pass the turn right on back. Okay. I don't think Ian is going to win this race with a
No.
Spirit Mantle coming down this turn. Because that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Spell Pierce.
Ha!
Gotcha.
Told you it's a
Attack
blue
you for
deck.
5.
He's countering things, people.
Oh,
There you go.
take 2. Wow. And you do gain 4 life, sir.
Yep.
That still affects the race, unfortunately.
Because he's on the Hierarch beatdown plan.
Hierarch Beatdown.
What is this?
Draws a Twisted Image. Interesting.
It's not that great.
He gets to attack with his Hierarch and then Twisted Image it after Exalted triggers, making it a 3/2.
Because that's how this is going to end. That's how this would end.
Oh, that's so beautiful. I will make a mana. I will play a Pendelhaven. I will make a mana. I will Vines of Vastwood my guy. 4. It has +4/+4. Attack you.
6?
5, 6. Hit you for 6. 4, 5, 6. Down to 11.
Look at this race,
Hierarch
people.
beats.
And you thought this was going to be boring.
Oh, come on, Hierarch beats. Oh no, this race is now over.
What did he draw?
Oh no, does Ian have another Spell Pierce?
He's got the Twisted Image.
Because he can go get another white source and play
Daybreak Coronet?
Play Daybreak. I don't think
Ugh.
Ian has another Spell Pierce.
Fetch. Shock.
Down to 8, but this Daybreak Coronet going to screw up this math. Plus, he has another Glade Cover Scout to play that can jump. Ooh, wow. Okay, just getting in for 2. All right, holding up the path for if Ian goes all in. Ooh, Spellskite gonna mess up that. 2 mana. Here's Spellskite,
Combat.
and I will attack you for 2.
Yeah, Spellskite's really good right here, by the way.
And he chump blocks. All
Is he
right.
gonna win with Hierarch Beatdown?
I think Daybreak Coronet just screws that up completely. Coronet, my guy.
Can't redirect that one. He can
Cannot.
attempt to, but
That will resolve.
so now he's on the
So
infect.
that's 3,
plan.
4, 5, 6. Hit you for 6.
So now he's on infect.
But he doesn't have an infect creature. Has not had one all game.
I'm aware. I've been here.
And it has vigilance. Alright.
Apostle's Blessing.
That doesn't do it either, unfortunately.
Really, it's the mana screw that's been hurting
Yeah,
this
not
game.
drawing a land has hurt Ian a lot here. It's really just, unfortunately, messed up his entire game plan.
Because he could have done this beatdown if he had
Because
been able to cast spells.
he's got to become immense in his hand.
Yep.
Actually, hold on. That's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think he can hit him for 10 this turn because he's got a mutagenic growth as well.
Well, let's see.
But that's not
That's
enough.
true. If you swing with the Skite,
Ooh,
Twisted Image it,
he has lethal with Skite. That is true. It is very possible he had lethal with Skite. You are correct. I think he's going on the block and then give protection plan. But that's just going to lose to path here.
I mean, AJ still doesn't gain any life then.
Block there. Give it protection from green. So you will not gain any life. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, that would have been 14 if he had seen that.
Hmm.
Yeah, he would have had lethal if he had seen that.
Sad days.
Okay, there's a land.
Boo.
Post the life gain cards. Yay! I do like that joke on Montags. That's a good one.
Boo.
Bogle Mogul!
Boo.
You're a boo. You're a boo hiss. Oh jeez, he can still block. You cannot block Silhana Ledgewalker.
Nope.
But he can block that, and then Twisted Image his own Hierarch, so he still does not gain life.
And he's going to. Ha!
It will become a 1/0 and die, and I will draw a card.
You path in response.
Ian will take 1, down to 4.
This game.
This game has been ridiculous. Here's a slippery bogle. And a pass of the turn. Yeah, it's one of those things where you see what players have in hand and it's easier to put stuff together while you're sitting and watching. But yeah, I agree with Elspeth Knight Errant. When you're sitting playing the game, sometimes you get tunnel vision.
Yeah, playing on stream, you definitely think about.
Coronet
It
does
does.
give vigilance, yeah.
Your Blade Clover Scout is untapped. Your Scout is untapped. It has vigilance. It's nice and cool out there, and it's super
It is.
warm.
It's
in
super
this thing.
warm back here compared to out there. The creature that got in for damage that turn, absolutely. Sohana.
Ledgewalker.
Boom. Sohana Ledgewalker. It is a 2-mana 1/1 with hexproof, and it can't be blocked except by creatures with flying.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's an ethereal armor.
You know what doesn't block that?
What?
Things with reach.
That is true. I will redirect to my Spellskite.
Yes.
Please.
Dibs.
I would like for this to happen now.
Yeah. Thank you. Path to Exile.
Path your Spellskite.
Does he have vines?
He does have vines, but that means that the ethereal armor
It has no target.
goes back to its original target.
Oof. Does it?
It does.
They're calling Dylan.
It does.
I'm gonna open it.
Yeah.
I mean, Dylan's there.
Open the door. Dylan,
Dylan, we know the answer.
ethereal armor goes back to the original target. Ethereal armor goes back to its original target. Yep. And that should be it. Oh,
And-
actually, he has an Inkmoth to block with. It's technically true.
Mm-hmm.
2, 3. Yeah, the Sohana is a 4-power fly. Can't be blocked by flyers. It is not countered. Yeah, it goes back to its original target. Spellskite, if its ability stops working for some reason. Pretty sure. Maybe I'm wrong. It might be that if Spellskite is destroyed while that ability is there. God, I can't remember.
Too late now. He already attacked. What's done is done.
Yeah, Spellskite is a weird card that when it stops being the target, it goes back to its original target.
Well, there we go.
Yep, that should be it.
I don't believe there's anyone else.
Nope, that's gonna...
Slowly
I
crashing.
think
Is
it's
anyone
gonna
else
be it.
still playing out there? That
I don't
we
think
can
he's
get?
out there.
Are you out there? Probably not.
I think Coleman went home, or to work, probably, more likely.
What a slacker.
Yep.
Sweet.
Yeah, that's. I knew that I had heard that before. So, oh, Dustin has his Hate Bears list. So there's the Mono White Hate Bears list posted in the chat for you guys. We'll. Yeah, working at the moment.
Are you working though?
How does Spellskite work versus Grape Shot?
You can redirect each.
You can redirect
Copy
them
of
to
it.
him, and then when he dies, they go back to their original target.
Yep. Yeah, so not well. You can redirect each one targeting him, and then if you make him indestructible or something,
Then yeah.
to
Anyway,
the booth.
that's what I was doing. Hold on. I have to type a bunch of crap.
All right, well, I believe that is our last game of the evening, folks. Here for our Saturday evening modern. That was a quick evening.
It was. Anyway, we're back to the booth.
Meh. All right, and we're back.
All right. Well, that was modern. Let's do a quick little 6 words, and then
Yep.
we'll head out because. Yeah. Bring it on.
6 words.
6 words. Let's do it. Let's do a quick session of this. And then we're gonna get heading out of here.
Also, to all of you who are here, thank you for watching.
Yes.
You know,
Hit the follow button. It's
Yep.
over there.
we do this 3 times a week: Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. Wednesday at 7, we do Modern. Fridays at 7:30, we do Legacy, and then Saturdays at 6, we do Modern. We stream, we play. So if you're in the Snohomish, Washington area, just north of Seattle, come
Come on
say hello,
down.
come play.
Indeed.
Try to get you on stream. You know, if you wanted to watch yourself play on there, it's a little weird the first time you watch yourself
It's
play on
an
there.
interesting experience watching back yourself playing.
Yep. The lanky guy from last time, his
That
birthday was
would be
yesterday,
TJ. Yep.
and he is currently out having an alcohol, as they say. in
Having
the
an
chat.
alcohol.
Although, Gigi, you're just in time for the end of the evening, as we just
Sorry.
finished round 4. But hello.
All right.
Let's see. So if you have any questions for us,
How about the attack I made against Peter in Game 3? Pretty bad. You lost that game.
ditto.
You're such a cheater.
Or am I an innovator?
You're not Patrick Chapin.
I'm the innovator of 6 words.
No, that's not how this works. No problem, Dutch. Thanks for stopping in. Really appreciate it. I know you're here pretty often, so thanks for coming in. 6 words, peanut butter or jelly?
Why not both? They are delicious.
¿Por qué no las dos? Yum, yum.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's right.
why don't you put them both on bread?
I went all
And eat 'em.
Espanol.
You did it now.
Once again, Dasani brand water.
No, generic brand water.
No. Free advertising. I'm not TJ. I don't generic brand anything.
If you're good at something, never do it for free.
Whatever.
See? Thank you, Doro.
What?
You know what's up.
Hey, I said exactly the same thing as him. 6 words, best pizza topping.
Meat, because I don't want salad.
Sausage, black olives, onions, Canadian bacon. Thanks for stopping in, Aparthia. Really appreciate you swinging in and staying around. Have you had a jelly sandwich? Yes.
That
Is a
sounds
question?
lamer than a peanut butter and jelly
Yeah,
sandwich.
I mean, it's not nearly as good.
Yeah, I'd rather just have, them both.
Exactly.
Worst
6 words,
modern
worst
deck.
modern deck. Tron.
Eggs. It sucks to play against. It's also not that good right now.
6 a.m., so you're heading to bed.
I guess
That
that's
makes
fair.
sense. That is completely fair.
Fair.
Appreciate you
Or-
sticking it out.
Stay up and watch Pro Tour.
Hurtful. That does not start for another 2 hours and 40 minutes. sir.
Okay, take a 2-hour and 39-minute nap.
Pro Tour Top 8. It's stacked. Question for all of you. Who are you rooting for? Tell me.
Johnny Magic. Always.
Okay, you're rooting for Johnny Magic. I don't know who I'm rooting for. To be honest, I really don't know. It's so ridiculous that.
When in doubt, root for Finkel.
Finkel's great, but like I want Brad to win his. I want him to win a Pro Tour.
Thank you, Bombertron. You know what's up. The nicest man in Magic needs to win some more.
Brad Nelson, okay. Nelson, Team Carl. I'm sure he'd appreciate that. If he
like
were
it.
here.
All right, I think we're going to wind down for the evening since we're finishing up the questions here.
So, thank you guys for coming in. Make sure you come back Wednesday for the stream, 7 o'clock.
TJ will be back.
TJ will
I'll
be back
probably
for
be
that.
playing.
I might commentate. I'm not sure. I don't know if he has anybody lined up. But anyway, thank you guys for swinging in. And we'll see you next time. Dang it, Eric.